Oh, hi! It's Snooze Button. The music got quiet, and I just wasn't ready for it. And doesn't that tell you everything you need to know about this Snooze Button? I'm Kylie Theodora, as I am every week, and with me, as he normally is, Keith J. Carberry.
Yeah, sometimes I mix it up, but this week I'm going with the usual Keith J. Carberry.
Yep.
Hi.
Welcome to Snooze Button, our weekly show. How are you?
I'm good. I realized earlier, by the way, I was looking up to see sometimes if I text you to see if you're awake. 'Cause sometimes we miss Snooze Button because one of us isn't awake.
Oops.
And Snooze Button really depends on how hard the other one of us is going to try to get the other one of us awake. So like sometimes I want to do Snooze Button, and so I'll text and call you until you answer, and sometimes I don't. So I'm like, I'll send one text, and if she doesn't respond, then no Snooze Button. Oh well. And this was somewhere in between for me. I texted you. It was actually more just to make sure that I could tweet actually. But what I do is then if you don't respond right away, I go to Twitter and see if you have tweeted since like 9:30.
Oh, that's not even a good metric anymore because I try not to tweet.
Well, just in case.
I've moved
but you
on.
hadn't.
I've broken free of my Twitter addiction.
I wrote in Kylie to the thing, and it was like Kylie Theodora, and I was like, that makes sense. But what I remembered was I haven't been introducing you as Kylie Theodora. I've just been introducing you as Kylie Churchill.
Oh, well, whatever. The audio, see, it's really the text that matters because you can't Google search a podcast.
It's for landlords.
You can't Google search a podcast moment, so it's like really it's not even for the audio stuff. So yeah.
Yeah. But it does create people go on Twitter and they're like, wow, that Kylie Churchill is one what's a stupid, I was gonna do a stupid old time way to say that you were funny, but I couldn't think of one. But then they go search for Kylie Churchill and there isn't one.
Right.
That's the main reason why I would want to be right about it.
I get it. Yeah, so Keith texted me last night and was like, hey, do you want to skip Snooze Button tomorrow morning and record later instead? Yeah. And
do you want to, instead of doing Snooze Button at 11, do a Mario recording at like 4?
Yeah, and I declined for two reasons. One, Bowser's Fury just came out. The expansion to Mario 3D World that's better than Mario 3D World, Bowser's Fury, just came out, and I want to do a snooze. And second of all, I just feel like us both not wanting to get up in the morning isn't a good enough reason to cancel the morning show, since it's the whole point of it. If we didn't want to get up in the morning, we probably should have thought about that before we did a morning show. Also, this is like, okay, I guess I have another weekly thing. This is one of only 2 weekly engagements I have that force me to wake up at a certain time, and God, I need them in my life, because what will I do?
Yeah, I feel totally comfortable skipping Snooze Button every once in a while. And by once in a while, I mean like
once a month,
25%. Yeah, once a month. But we did just do, and we for various reasons we missed. We did we were here last week, but we missed a couple before that. But we just did the marathon on Friday, Saturday, and we were both like, we don't know if we will do a Snooze Button. So I was using that as sort of my.
Yeah, but then actually, we're fine.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm also fine. I'm not tired.
The other thing is that part of my morning routine has been waking up at waking up at like 8 o'clock because Noah is starting work and moving from sleeping in the bed to sleeping on the couch.
Wait, Noah is?
And so,
oh, okay. Oh,
no, I am.
You get up and you move sleeping locations.
Right. Yeah. Because they're starting work in the bedroom, which is the only reasonable place that we could have their work stuff set up, and they're on like phone calls and stuff, and it wakes me up. And also, if I snore or talk in my sleep, that's weird to get on a phone call.
Yep.
But so I was anticipating being more tired, but I slept up through until like 10:15.
You talk in your sleep? What kind of stuff do you say?
Yeah, sure. I say
stuff like
I think normal stuff.
Hey
like,
everybody, welcome to Snooze Button.
Oh yeah, I do. That's why I don't want to do Snooze Button in the morning, because I do it in my sleep. And it's like I just did this. We just did this. No, I don't know. I don't know really what I say in my sleep.
Oh no, it was the outro of Snooze Button, but I woke up and it's not done yet. No, put me back to sleep where I'm listening to Let's Go to Tokyo. Oh, gosh, everybody. You know that feeling you wake up on a Tuesday and you swear you already did your morning live stream show, but actually you still have to do it? Isn't that just the worst?
Anyway, so I was anticipating being more tired because I went to bed late. I went to bed late, but then I also couldn't fall asleep. The 1-2 punch of me, where I mean to go to bed at 1:30 and instead I go to bed at 3, but then I can't even fall asleep till 5:30. And then I was like, I'm gonna have to wake up in 2.5 hours to move onto the couch, and that's gonna be another chunk of sleep
that
gone.
Sounds a little bit
but
like
that didn't
the night
happen.
that I had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that not usual for you?
It's not unusual. My sleep has been getting a little bit better recently, but it was pretty bad for a while.
I had this period where like I was waking up regularly. Like I was going to bed at midnight and I was waking up at like 8 o'clock in the morning. And wow, that seemed so healthy.
It's great.
But it always sucked. No, it sucked.
Oh.
I never got used to it. Like
really?
I had the nice morning feeling when it's like morning and you're like, I'm having
I love
some
that.
tea in the morning and I'm having my little breakfast.
It's morning and you don't feel like you want to die and you're like, oh my God, it's just the morning and I'm fine about it. This is great.
Right, but then I would be tired at 4 p.m. every day.
I would be exhausted at 4. I think that's sort of normal. I think people get tired at night and then they go to sleep later. I think this is how people live.
But 4 is too early to be too tired to do anything.
That is true.
If I wake up at noon, I can go 15 hours without being even a little bit tired.
Wow.
But there's something about waking up at 8 a.m. where I'm tired all the time. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I got my new phone. My phone broke.
Me too.
It was supposed to get delivered. It was supposed to be delivered during the marathon, and it like was delayed. It was like Wednesday. It was like, hey, we'll be here Friday, and I was like, that's soon. That's really soon, but great.
Yeah.
We're in Arizona. We'll be there Friday. And I'm like, okay, I believe you. And then on Friday, it was like, we're in Arizona. We'll be there Friday. And I'm like, okay, that seems not true. And then the next day, it was like, we're in Arizona. We're delayed. Sorry, we won't be there Friday. And I'm like, you already weren't here Friday. I feel like FedEx is the worst. FedEx is worse than every other company about this, including USPS, which is obviously the best.
Yeah.
Best in the biz. And then FedEx is just dog shit. I don't know if this happens to you. When I get something that needs a signature from USPS, they like knock on my door and hang around and wait for me. If something needs a
Oh,
signature from
God.
FedEx,
They're fucking-
they walk to the door, put a note, walk away. No knock, nothing, no wait time. They're gone.
Yeah, or they, like
No
you do, like
attempt.
the bang once, and then I'm pretty sure they like vault over your railing and like hide behind the corner.
I swear to God, every single time I needed to get something signed a couple weeks ago, and I needed to get something signed a couple months ago, and then over the summer. This is, it's not usual I need something signed from FedEx, but it's not my decision. It's whatever jackass sold it to me and didn't consider that FedEx just doesn't knock. But I was like literally next to my door waiting for the FedEx thing, and every time I hear rustling at the door, no knock, and then I look out the window and there's the slip being like, "We missed you." It's like, "Did you is it missing if you never tried?"
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, I don't know. They don't even knock.
Dude,
Not even a single knock.
so
And it's been
fucked
like
up.
this. It's been like this everywhere I've lived with FedEx. They never knock. And I get that probably the reason FedEx doesn't just go around hiring assholes and be like, "We're gonna really fuck with them today."
Mm-hmm.
but they probably have such crazy routes where it's like I don't have time to
Yeah,
wait
like I
here for
literally
30
don't have.
seconds.
I'm already an hour behind. I don't have time to see if this person is home.
Yeah.
I need to save time by pretending they weren't home.
Yeah. Although I will say USPS does this. They have an entirely fake thing called Sunday delivery that they do with Amazon. And basically what Sunday delivery means is that Amazon will say that something is going to be delivered to you on Sunday because they have done some sort of dark arts deal with the post office to deliver things on Sundays. And then what happens is the post office doesn't try to deliver it.
Oh, no.
And they say, "We couldn't find you. We don't know. Sorry, we don't know." And then you get it on Monday.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you like that address because you might be staying there for a bit.
I do. Actually, that has not been a problem here. It was a problem at my apartment in Pawtucket.
I don't think I've had any
since I moved.
Yeah, I don't think I've had any mail delivery issues since moving to Somerville. Period. End of sentence.
So I got this phone.
Yeah, I got
It
this
did
phone.
finally come. What did you get?
I got an iPhone 12 mini. The perfect phone. It's like
Honestly,
it's like
I said it on the marathon. I would have that phone if it had a headphone jack, but it doesn't,
Yeah.
so I don't.
and I don't need a headphone jack, so I have it.
Why don't you need a headphone jack? Everyone needs a headphone jack.
I just don't like headphones. Oh, actually, the real answer was because I was driving a truck, and so headphones, that's not convenient to have a headphone cord going into your pocket. Oh, I wanted to have headphones and also needed to use the phone for GPS all day long. So I needed wireless headphones. So I have a nice Bluetooth neckband that was only $20, and the battery lasts like 11 hours on a charge, and they sound terrific. It's ridiculous.
No. We have different definitions of sounds terrific.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
true.
fine.
That's true. And that's fine.
And it doesn't bother either of us.
Listen, if they sound better than AirPods, they sound terrific, right, Keith? If it's better than AirPods, it's terrific.
You know what else is better than AirPods? The fucking old, the 2003 era iPod
Oh,
headphones.
here's the other thing that we're maybe not considering when we're talking about my headphones. I'm using these headphones to only listen to podcasts and audiobooks anyway. Like, music is a rare occasion for me, especially in headphones.
And actually, so the nicer your headphones get, the worse they do with what with what some dumbass audiophile might call a rough recording. And a rough recording is like a ton of the music that I listen to. And so it actually like take something that I really like, which is like a lo-fi, a really, really well, a really, really good lo-fi sound, and turns it ugly and harsh instead of like warm and enveloping. And podcasts weirdly fall into this, like spoken word stuff tends to not sound so good unless it's like a solo voice on a good pair of headphones will sound excellent. But
I would
word,
imagine like you could end up hearing the subtle differences in how their voice, like, you know, like one person's on Discord and one person's being recorded by Audacity or something,
which is something that I notice with bad headphones and already drives me crazy.
I notice it just doesn't bother me.
It depends on the scale of the difference, but yeah, like there's basically no reason to use really nice headphones if you're just listening to podcasts, and actually it might make it worse.
What phone do you have? I will bring up a picture.
I downgraded to an LG G8 phone.
G8. I also downgraded.
Well, your phone is it's the newest possible iPhone.
Oh, okay. Yours not a new phone. Yours is an old phone. Okay.
It is older than my old phone.
Yeah, the thing was my phone was 3 years old and it was paid off, but I broke the whole screen. And I had been thinking before I broke the screen, I was like, well, I'm going to keep this phone as long as possible. And then I broke the screen, and then I saw that the iPhone 12 mini is the same size and shape as the iPhone 5, which was my first iPhone and the one I wish that I never got rid of. And so I was like, well, then I'm just going to get that one and keep it forever. And that's what I did.
Yeah. I feel like we're just okay, so early, especially
phone.
Android.
Here's Keith's phone.
What
nice color phone. You got?
It's a nice looking phone. It's like a gray.
Okay. Not the red.
Not the red, unfortunately. I believe that the red is T-Mobile only.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately.
The iPhone 12 mini, it also come in colors, and I got a blue. And my second choice was gonna be red.
Hey, I don't know if there's supposed to be something on the screen here, but
is there
just
not
black.
Anything? That's funny.
There's nothing. It's just black.
That's really funny. It just says desktop not available. It's like, check that one again. So I definitely have a desktop. Screen capture.
I just take the pictures and drag them into the scenes.
Oh, I could do that too. Yeah, that makes sense. That
works pretty well.
Anyways,
there it is.
This one was mine. I got this blue one. All the colors are darker than they look like in the pictures, or at least the blue one is. After I got the blue one,
because the blue one's already pretty dark.
I love it. It's a nice dark blue. I like the blue. It did occur to me later. I was like, because I just like blue better than red as a color. But one of my problems is I'm always losing my phone everywhere inside the house.
Yeah.
And if I had gotten the red one, that's easier to spot. So maybe I should have done that.
Yeah.
But hey.
And I think that's a really sharp red.
Keith's phone.
It's a really nice red.
Well, again, it's not. I don't think it's accurate to the color because that picture of the blue one isn't really accurate to mine. But I would want a deeper red than in that picture, anyways. I want this. This is the nice red, but I think the iPhone is also closer to this. That's a good.
So
red. We all like that.
So I like that. I've been getting mine. Mine is that you can see it's the middle one when there's in that third one. That third picture where there's the dark, they call that Aurora black is what they call it. I have the middle one, the gray, which actually I'm pretty sure I ordered a black phone, but it's not a big deal because I actually don't care. Because
I pegged you for this teal one because we all know Keith love a teal.
That is not available for me, unfortunately. That's also not my kind of teal, but I'm sick of phones. I fucking hate smartphones. I don't like having one. I don't like that they all look the same. I don't like that they are $1,000 now. I don't like that they keep getting better and better for seemingly no reason. Like they keep being fast. Like we solved stuttering scrolling in 2015.
Yeah, like 8 years ago. Like that was the thing when I got my iPhone 5. I was amazed by how smooth the scrolling was, like on the main menu and stuff. And that's pretty much it. After that, they were just fucking around.
The brand new phones have basically the first feature in 3.5 years or something that I feel like makes any real difference, and it's high refresh rate screens.
That's nice.
But it's Samsung is doing it. LG is not doing it, and but yeah. So I had my V50,
I like the
which
flat
was
edges.
already too big. It was already too big, the LG V50, and it was like 6.3 or 6.4 inches, just massive, way too big. And then the new one, the V60, which I was like, I guess I'll get the V60. I gotta get an LG because they're the only ones with doing headphone jacks good. And
LG is the only one doing.
And I like the LGs. I think that LGs, the LG phones, like
so
the
basically
flagship
the same,
LGs.
The phone you had before is like the same phone you just got, basically.
So they have their V series and their G series flagships.
Okay.
Those are the two. They have two flagships. I have always gotten the V series. I had the V20, the V35, and then the V50, and now I have the G8, which is
Here's another shot of the G8 red. It looks even better here. Look at that.
Yeah, it's a good looking red. Wish I had T-Mobile a little bit. Just a little bit. I wish I had T-Mobile.
Just a tiny bit though, not too much.
Tiny bit, not too much, not enough to do it. just enough to still want it.
Well,
but yeah, the LG, the flagship LG phones have forever been somehow cheaper than the Samsungs. I think better in almost every way, but then still somehow constantly panned for being too expensive and not feature rich enough. But cheaper than the Samsung. Like I don't understand. Like it's just insanity. Like it doesn't make any sense. The people, just the tech reviewers are bad is what it is. People that review tech are bad. They just like to be Samsung and Apple people.
Samsung.
They love Samsung. I have never used a Samsung phone and felt good about it.
I hate
always
them.
Sucks.
Yeah, every time I touch one, I'm like, this, like the interface, the feel of navigating it, the shape of the phones is never very appealing. I super don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it. Yeah,
here's the phone weird. I used to have.
And then they're the most expensive. They're the most expensive possible phone you can get.
I mean, I thought iPhones were the most expensive.
They're basically tied with iPhones.
Yeah.
Like I bought the most expensive phone I've ever bought was the V50, which was $1,000. That was basically 2 years ago. And when I was looking up reviews to make sure, like, hey, is the V50 good like the V35 was? The reviews were like, at the time they were like, the V50 sucks, it's too expensive, why would we pay $1,000 for a phone? And then like 3 weeks earlier were there reviews for the newest $1,200 Samsung that were like, this is the best phone I've ever used. Like, what are you talking about? And then of course later in the phone cycle, it was like the sleeper hit phone of 2019.
Have you seen the new Razr?
No. Nope.
Look at it.
I paid
Behold it.
I paid $250.
Look upon it and weep. Flip phones are back.
No, this sucks. I hate that.
I mean, if
mega sucks.
If they can get the foldable screen thing going, there's maybe something to it, but
They can't.
Anyways, let me go back. I don't know.
Here's the thing. I don't want a phone that has 2 screens and both screens are the wrong size.
Wait, only one of them, right? Oh, because
no, the other one is like too thin and too long.
Gotcha. I don't know why this image is from Stormfront, but this is the previous phone I had, and the last 2 iPhones I had, they did this. They were doing this with the iPhone shape, all these rounded corners, and it was like annoying and not great on the iPhone 6, which was the one I had before, and they kept doing it. And then this one was like, it was novel that the phone was the whole screen. I don't really like regret it. It was kind of neat, but I am super over this. I just need a 16:9 screen. It's fine. Also, these rounded corners just like made it hard to hold. And specifically, and I think this, like the iPhone 10 totally suffered from, I think, these issues that come out of this like yearly phone thing where just like, it just felt like no one tested it enough to make sure it was like a good daily use phone. Cause it was like so thick, so heavy. And it was like, and the back is glass so that it can do the like inductive charging thing. It was so slippery. Like it would slip out of your hand. I would put it on the arm of a couch and it would slide off the arm of the couch. And
have you ever put your phone on a table and it will slowly slide across the table like an inch a minute, like some sort of phantom?
I think it did that. Like when I first bought it, after a while, it picked up like all these like invisible micro abrasions that you can't really see, but that like make it less slippery. But also it had this metallic chrome coating on the side that just peeled off like crazy, and scratched off really easily. And it probably wasn't noticeable because the underneath the coating was also shiny and chrome, so it was so reflective. Like you've seen my phone a bunch of times and you probably couldn't tell that the corners were all like totally rubbed off, like as if someone had done it on purpose.
Yes, I could tell that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it was just like no one just like used the phone long enough to be like, oh, it's impossible to use this phone without the chrome coating like scratching off and that kind of thing. But now I have my iPhone 12 mini and I want to keep it forever. The only problem is that it still has the full phone screen, but other than that, I loved about the iPhone 5 is just this little brick. It's little.
It's just phones have packed themselves full of absolutely horseshit features that I hate and gotten rid of excellent features that I love. And like wireless charging. I don't know if you've heard the newest rumor that Apple wants to take off the charger.
The charging port?
Full wireless charger. Yes, the charging port.
No
that
port?
Is like the new rumor. No port. Zero, a portless phone.
What are you talking about?
I know. It sounds like a thing that a criminal would do, is to take off the charging port and make it full wireless charging. Okay, but that's the rumor.
Here's how this doesn't make sense. Is that
hey, look, this one's not from Stormfront. That's nice.
Yeah, great. I have Apple CarPlay in my phone, and that's nice, where I get, it mirrors like Google Maps and my podcast app up to my car touchscreen, which is cool. But it has to be wired connection. Like it can't do it over Bluetooth. So like if they were going to go no port, they'd have to either totally rework how CarPlay even works or kill it.
Look at that fake little baby phone.
This one?
I'm on delay, but
this isn't the iPhone 12 mini, but you'll wish it was.
Yeah, I fucking want. They were right. I did wish. Yeah. I would buy that in a second. I would switch to because I don't need a headphone port. It's too small. It would probably be cheap, and I would just get a dedicated music player so that I can have that little baby.
You don't need a headphone. You don't need a headphone port. What are you talking about? This is your whole thing.
No, it's so small that it would be less expensive, and I would just get a dedicated music player.
Oh, I see.
Because once you've got a phone that small, that is like, this is so small that now the like quote the fake compromise of we took out the headphone jack to do X stupid fake thing, like really the Apple now the reality is Apple wants to be able to market a phone that has no ports because they think that will be a successful marketing campaign for them, and this is what they've been working towards, the smooth phone, like
well,
I think that's got to be it, right? They've got to be like,
I mean, it's either got to be that they think it's a successful marketing campaign, or they think it'll be successful enough that it'll cover up their real goal, which is just like denying hackers one more way to jailbreak phones or something. I don't know. I don't know what they want anymore. Nobody knows what Apple wants. I mean, they've been the most profitable company in the world for like a decade, and I think they're just bored. They just have to keep making money, but they don't know how to. They know it's not going to keep going forever, but they don't know how to make it keep going, and so it feels like I feel like they are simultaneously playing this like really cool game of like, we're the king of the phones, and also super panicking, but like playing like they're not.
Yeah, I don't know.
How do you make an Apple stock go up?
I just want a tiny little phone. I almost got a phone called the Unihertz Atom.
Oh, it's right here. This is the Atom.
Was it right there? Is that true?
No, it's just
well, it was that size.
iPhone.
Well, Unihertz has also a phone called the Jelly, which is basically that size. It doesn't look anywhere near as slick as that, but they're extremely tiny phones. They're like $250. Little tiny smartphones.
Oh my goodness!
The Unihertz Atom is like the rugged Nokia version of the Unihertz Jelly. I almost got this, and then did the thing that I just said, which is get a dedicated music player. I also almost got a dumb phone.
Oh my goodness!
And a dedicated.
I couldn't
music
type
player.
on that. My big stupid thumbs are too big. That was my big concern going back to the iPhone 12 mini. Was last time I had a phone of this form factor, I couldn't type on it vertically. But I think I'm just better at typing on phones now. So,
yeah, I'm done with playing the stupid phone game, and I'm done with the same stupid size and shape phone. Like, do something else besides.
Oh, I don't care. It's just a screen. It makes sense to make it a rectangle. Screens are rectangles. I think phones fundamentally cannot escape the rectangle.
The rounded corner, the glass back, the irreplaceable battery, the 9 cameras.
Hang on.
How many cameras?
The iPhone 12 regular and Pro only have 3 cameras, Keith.
On the back. How many on the front?
Probably one. Just one is 4.
Just one, not 2 on the front?
You remember when they first did this and some people had that weird phobia of, like, where they're like too many circles together like creeps them out?
Yeah, the fearful trypophobia. Something like that. Yes, I do remember that. And I've seen those. I don't know if you remember the era where
apparently they decided it wasn't big enough of a deal.
Yeah, I don't know if do you remember the era where every fucking online like image that was like one weird trick to solve your backaches, and it was like a picture of an arm with a bunch of holes in it and stuff crawling out of the holes. Every online image was that.
Yep.
That sucked. I don't have that thing, but those images always sucked.
Yeah. Yeah, those are creepy.
Yeah. Like it almost like, and I'm sure that the people that have it really bad, but it's almost like you didn't need a word for it because of course it's gross. We all hate it. Of course we hate 1,000 little holes each with a creature inside of them.
But I don't.
And it's your arm.
I don't hate the 3 circles though. I actually think that looks really cool.
No, the 3 is fine. But I get it if you spend all day long online and you're seeing those horrible fake images constantly, where there's goop oozing out of a million little holes, and you're like, ugh, that sucks. And then you see a phone, you're like, that reminds me of those pictures that suck online.
So I wanted an iPhone, and I don't like.
Why?
Well, I mean, I've been using it for so long, Keith. I have hundreds.
They're all the same.
I have hundreds of gigabytes of pictures but I have everything. I have all of my pictures of my child uploaded on the Apple servers, and they take care of it for a nominal monthly fee. And then I'd have to.
You know that Google does that for no monthly fee, right?
I'd have to swap that over. I didn't know that. Every time I use it, I've never used an Android phone that I liked. Was that that seems like an important one. I've never used an Android phone I liked.
There's so many. There's got to be one that you like better than an iPhone. The iPhone is just the same thing, and it kind of is boring.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I'm over it. So I just wanted the one that was like the one that I thought was the best, and now I have that one. And I'm going to keep it now. So I didn't want to wait for a phone to come in the mail, because I was like, oh my gosh, what if they tell me it's going to be here on Friday, but then on Friday they're like, it's in Arizona, but it'll be there on Friday, but then it doesn't come up on Friday. Right. So I just went to the Apple store in a mall. And you can tell that that malls are done, because this mall didn't say that it was a mall. It was like, hey, come over to us.
It was an Apple store.
Well, it's the place is called Cambridge Side, which I assume used to be the Cambridge Side Mall. But now they're just like, Cambridge Side. We're just Cambridge Side. We've got stores here. What do you want? You want to go to the Apple store?
Stores in this building? Don't ask why.
Why are they? Yeah. What is a Cambridge Side? It's in Cambridge. Hey, you're a young hip urbanite. Don't you love when the names of things don't say what they are, and so you just kind of get here and vibe it? Just come on in. And I like walk in, and it's just a fucking Simon Mall. I'm like, oh, look, okay. I'm like, what's a Cambridge Side? Oh, it's a Simon
not just
Mall.
A mall, but it's a Simon Mall.
Like,
and I'm looking at a picture of it, and it's a mall. It looks like a mall.
Like that's the thing is, like, I already knew it's like, well, it's just a building with a bunch of stores in it, so it's a mall anyways. But like, I walked in, and it like immediately hit me with just like total stereotype. It is like mall just vibes. Imagine a mall in your head. It's that mall, it is it's like, I didn't find the word Simon anywhere. I just know it's a Simon Mall because I've been going to Simon Malls my whole life, and they're all the same.
Right. Hey, this is funny. Do you want to know what it says where something else might say mall?
What?
Maybe you noticed this. It says Galleria.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, wow, I should have led with I bought a brand new iPhone from a Galleria. That would have sounded really impressive. But so I went there and realized that they're doing like appointment only. Like, it's just a line outside the store of people like with Genius Bar appointments or pickup appointments. So then what I did was I took out my phone and just went online, and like I was able to just like pick the phone I wanted and then apply for their predatory credit card loan, and then get approved, and then like wait 30 minutes and get in line, and they handed me a phone and I left. It was great. Best phone purchase experience ever.
What is their predatory? What do you mean?
So when I had the iPhone 10, that was when they introduced their like you finance the phone through Apple thing. So instead of getting like a 2-year phone contract with AT&T, you just do like a 2-year loan to pay off your phone month by month with Apple.
That's how they all are now. There's no more. Yeah. They don't do phone contracts anymore.
Yeah, I was wondering. I'm like, I don't even know if they still do that.
Yeah, they all are. You pay. It's a 0% APR loan that gets bundled into your phone bill.
Well, no, it was a separate bill for the iPhone.
No, 10. Well, for Apple, yes, but when you do it through AT&T and Verizon,
okay,
it is a 0% APR loan that gets bundled into your phone bill.
Okay,
so you pay, instead of your phone bill being $80 a month, it's $110 a month or whatever.
Right. I mean,
and then for 2 years, and then that is where the 2-year thing comes in, is that you pay for this phone over 2 years, and then your phone bill goes back down. How about maybe just get a new phone?
I feel like you're describing how phone plans always were before the thing that I'm talking about.
How is yours different?
Was that when I financed the phone through Apple, so I had a separate pay for my phone bill, separate from my phone service bill with AT&T.
So it does work basically the way that contracts worked, but it wasn't. It's not a contract. Well, it's you are paying extra for your phone bill because you bought a phone and didn't pay for it. Is like the bare bones of both of them.
I haven't gotten
contracts
to the new predatory
different
part. I should have explained.
Oh, okay.
That.
What's the new predatory
part?
The
new
okay.
bad part.
Okay.
So the last one was I just had a loan that was like through Apple, through some bank, and I paid it. But this time when I bought the phone, now maybe if I had specifically asked for a type of carrier phone, like if I had said, give me an AT&T iPhone, maybe that would have unlocked the ability to do the thing I did last time, but probably not, because their only financing option this time, from my perspective, doing it through the online store and getting a 12 mini that was unlocked and not on a carrier, was I have to, so it's still a 0% APR loan, so it's like no interest. If I just pay it off, I've paid it off. But it's not just a loan, it's on a credit card that they give you, and the loan only takes up half the credit card limit, and the rest of it has like a 22% APR interest on anything else you use that card for. So I think I'm gonna get an Apple credit card in the mail that I have to never use. Isn't that fun?
Sucks. Don't
we all love that Goldman Sachs found a way to extend high interest credit to everybody who buys an iPhone or whatever?
That is like wild.
Yeah.
And you have Verizon, right? You could have just bought this thing at Verizon and they would have shipped it to you like basically overnight.
Actually, I have AT&T and I'm like on someone else's family plan and it's a whole thing. So like I just didn't want to deal with a phone carrier at all. It probably would have been not a whole thing, but it felt like a whole thing.
Well, if you're on someone else's family plan and then that will then change the bill. Because the bill will then include 1/24 of that phone every month.
Yeah, that was the other reason I couldn't like go through my phone plan to get a phone. So I was like, well, I'll just get the unlocked phone.
Yeah,
I already have plenty of other credit card credit that I have to not use. So this is just more credit I can't use.
Same.
This credit I can't use goes to the back of the line. There's way more credit I can use before that, so it's not even a thing.
Yeah. Do you want to know a couple facts about Cambridge Side?
I would love to know a couple facts about Cambridge Side, the place
Cambridge
that isn't
Side.
a mall.
Cambridge Side is the only mall. Don't tell them I said that. Cambridge Side is the only mall in the Boston area with direct access by boat.
Wow. There it is. That must be
out of all the malls in the Boston area, Cambridge Side is the only one you can get to by boat.
It's only the Boston area that this is.
Yes, it is. The Cambridge Side Mall is the only mall in the Boston area with direct access by boat.
Like there's one in Connecticut. All right.
In October 2018, and these rest of the facts are going to sound pretty similar to a lot of malls. In 2018, it was announced that Sears would be closing. In January 2019, Macy's announced that the Macy's Home and Children's Store would be closing. And on December 2020, Macy's closed permanently as part of a plan to close 46 stores nationwide.
Yeah.
After Macy's closed, Best Buy is the only traditional anchor store left, which is actually, it's weird that they don't consider the Apple Store an anchor store, but I guess it's because the Apple Store is constantly busy, but you actually don't ever really need to go there.
I would imagine it's kind of like a low volume store compared to like a Best Buy. But yeah, it's funny. I'm looking at pictures now of the Sears entrance, and I'm like, oh, that must have been why there were a bunch of doors that were just kind of like opaque with no windows that I had to walk past. Like I didn't even try pulling on them because I just figured like, well, nobody makes the entrance to a mall opaque if they want you to come in. So like these doors must be locked, and I think it was the Sears entrance.
Yeah.
What is this thing?
God, I remember when malls were full of stores and people.
Yeah, it sucked.
But it sucks even more to have these horrible empty husks.
Well, it's true, but they never should have been built.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
So fucking tear them down, or I don't know, make them into schools or something.
Something good,
you know. Yeah,
but they won't do anything with them. That's the thing. It's either that they're horrible malls or horrible husks.
Yeah, no one's gonna do it on their own. We have to as a people decide that we should use mall husks for something.
Mall husk soup. The traditional mall husk soup.
Mall husk soup. See, it's a story about someone who comes to town, a town where everyone's sad because they don't have enough facilities for all the things they need to do indoors, but they do have the husk of a mall, and they say, "But sir, we can't do anything with this mall husk. It's empty." But then the person suggests, well, why don't we just do, everyone brings one thing that they can put in the mall husk, and then suddenly the mall husk was
brought
full.
Filene's. I brought this dead Filene's.
I brought a Filene's basement. Filene's is such a good pull. Nobody's thought of the name Filene's in like 20 years. And I don't even know if they're closed.
There's no way that Filene's is in business.
Filene's basement too close for good. Oh, wow. 9 years ago. Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah. I
actually don't know if Filene's... Filene's basement, it wasn't like an offshoot of Filene's, right? It just, there was, Filene's basement.
No. Filene's basement was the outlet store to the regular Filene's. Okay. Yeah.
When Filene's department store couldn't move merchandise, they moved it downstairs to the basement and marked down prices massively. The original downtown Crossing store closed in 2007. And there we go. Yeah. Look how excited this person is. This bride-to-be to get this cheap bridal gown.
Wow, only a Filene's.
This is the joy.
Filene's is making this all possible, and it'll never die.
Now, this was probably some kind of massive sale that they had to do as an emergency to try to save Filene's basement, but
I wonder if it worked.
See, why do we have to? We don't want to stop the closure of retail. Look at the joy it brings when a Filene's basement shuts down.
God.
Oh, an annual event where brides saved hundreds on designer wedding gowns. Wow, isn't that sad?
We're losing. If we don't buy this wedding dress, we're literally losing money.
Without the Filene's basement, how will brides save hundreds on designer wedding gowns? They'll either have to pay the normal tag price for the wedding gown or get one that's less designer. Oh, they'll have to get one that wasn't designed by anyone. That's the real tragedy.
God, it actually like makes me literally weep to think of all the people who are wearing clothes that weren't designed.
Oh no. This is true. While I was in Cambridge side, I walked past a store that had a bunch of t-shirts in the window, and I looked over and saw one that was like the it's like the very like loopsy font that could say like live laugh love or whatever, and it was pink and sparkly, and it said your design here, and I was like, that's really funny, I would buy that shirt. And then I got farther away from the store and looked back and realized it was actually just a custom t-shirt store, and so they were literally just saying your design could go here.
It's really funny.
and I'm sure custom t-shirt places get this all the time, but I did want to just walk in and be like, I want a custom t-shirt, but I want the one that just says your design here.
Yeah, can I get the display shirt?
Mm-hmm.
God, Filene's.
I mean,
what a funny word.
Yeah, so Filene's basement is shut down, but what about Filene's? And how could they be shut down with such their hip modern Art Deco logo? How could they... Oh, Filene's basement to return as online retailer. Wow.
It seems to me, it seems like Filene's actually shut down before Filene's basement.
Maybe, yeah. Wow, when the image of Filene's is someone walking past it with a Macy's bag, you know you're fucked. You're getting beaten out by Macy's. It's time to pack it in.
Well, of course, Macy's is still around because they have
a Thanksgiving Day parade.
Right. I can't remember what I was listening to that was like talking about consumerism or whatever, and they use as an example the fucking like Macy's Day Parade, and it was like, see, we even call it the Macy's Parade, instead of the Thanksgiving Parade. Like, it used to be the Thanksgiving Parade.
Yeah,
and now
they
it's
call it the Macy's
Parade.
Day Parade.
Yeah,
and
Macy's Day.
It's
their day. Let them have it.
Let them have their day.
Let them have their day. They go all year helping.
This is the future of our world. It's like, you know how it's like we're just gonna replace the made up story of where Thanksgiving came from with the made up story of where Macy's Day came from. Or the true story, like one day there was a retailer that gave joy to many brides once a year, and also they would do a parade with balloons.
The tragedy of Macy's.
Wow.
I gotta say, I do love the Filene's logo there.
I was joking, but it looks great. I mean, this is exactly the kind of shit that's just now coming back into fashion.
Stores don't have shit like that. Stores don't have personality like that anymore.
Well, they sort of do, but they're
look at the warm glow of the yellow lights.
No, Keith, no. There's nothing about the only personality happening here is the font treatment. Nothing in here is like appealing or like. I mean, it's just.
I want to buy a $40 leather wallet. Where do I go? Filene's is dead. Where do I go?
No. You'll have to go to Land's End.
God. That's
not true. A leather wallet from Land's End would be way more than $40.
See, that's why I gotta go to Filene's.
Yep.
At Macy's, it would be $60.
So
at Land's End, it would be $100.
Wow, and isn't money real? And aren't we all impressed with that?
I'm impressed with that. I read a Star Wars book.
Oh my goodness! Why don't you tell me about your Star Wars book, and I'll switch over to a video game soon.
Okay. Do you want to talk about the Star Wars book first, or do you want me to talk about Star Wars during the video game?
I guess I was just so ready to switch, you know? And then you caught me with this.
We can switch all
Star Wars. No, tell me about your Star Wars book. You really wanted to bring it up.
Have you heard
about this long? It had to be important.
Have you heard about the High Republic?
I have heard about that. Yeah, 420, babe. Toke it up.
No.
Okay.
This is not about drugs. Actually, there are drugs in the book.
Oh,
and they're bad.
Sorry, I'm
that do them are
confused.
bad.
I thought this was the new Doug Benson Star Wars project.
Yeah, they took away Rian Johnson's trilogy and gave it to Doug Benson.
No! Oh, they would. And of course,
you cut out for half of that.
They would do that too. That's fucked up.
Okay.
And you can't do that because Doug Benson, he's just gonna be playing straight to Leonard Maltin when he makes those movies. He's not gonna be he's only gonna be thinking about his audience of one.
Yeah. He's gonna be totally by the numbers. Maltin bait.
Maltin bait.
Is he still? So I read the High Republic is a new era of Star Wars. You know how the old canon had the Old Republic, the new canon has the High Republic, and they go back 300 years. Which I was criticizing. Which I think deserves to be criticized for the wrong reason though, which was that like in my mind the Galactic Republic is like 30,000 years old because of all the EU that I know about from how the Galactic Republic is 30,000 years old.
They redid that. Is that
okay?
Is that what you're gonna say?
I had to double check. No, it still is 25,000 years old. So they go. So
yeah, because I was gonna say you were like, oh, it's supposed to be a different era of the Republic, but it's only 300 years ago, and I'm like thinking about all my Roman history, and I'm like, well, that seems like a totally normal amount of time. But like, if you're talking about a republic that has existed for a silly amount of time, like 25,000 years,
25,000
300 is not very far.
Yeah. So like Yoda is still alive and they mention him annoyingly like 5 times.
Of course.
Yeah. But so
well,
okay, so
I mean
it's just
Keith, now we know. Oh shit. I mean, maybe they needed to just go like 400 or 500 years back for High Republic because then you could have literal baby Yoda. You could have an actual baby Yoda. They're
excuse me, try 900. Try 900, please.
Oh, jeez. 900, really?
Yeah, he's a bit above 900. Yeah.
All right.
Although who knows how long baby stay? If you're 900, maybe
exactly.
maybe you're a baby for
850 years.
You spend 50 years as an old man and then you die.
That's the new. They're gonna reboot the prequel trilogy, but Yoda's just gonna be a baby this time.
So do you remember Marvel? How they came out and they were like, it's an event. The Marvel movie, the Avengers movie, that's an event. It's not just a movie, it's an event.
I guess.
They did.
Like
that's
Avengers
how they said.
1?
That's how they talked about it.
Like the first Avenger.
I think all of them.
Yeah,
I think all of them.
I mean, yeah. Movie studios always be like, our movie's an event.
Right. Well, but I think that I think it's because of Marvel. I mean, maybe they were talking about it specifically before, but they have like an idea of what an event is. The High Republic is an event. They got like multiple publishers and multiple artists to bombard bookstores with High Republic shit. Mm-hmm. It's been out for like a month and a half, and there's already 2 comic series, 2 novels, 2 young adult novels, and a 3rd novel on the way.
That's a lot.
It's a lot for a month and a half. It's an event. It's a new era, one that they're both selling as totally separate from the Skywalker saga, and also Yoda's there.
Right.
One of the comics I think is explicitly about Yoda and his like little troop of younglings or something. Anyway, I'm reading it,
You know he's gonna have a little baby Yoda protege.
Yeah, he's gonna have a little baby Yoda, a little Yoda's species protege.
Yeah, I assume 300 years ago isn't. I assume it's too recent for us to know what Yoda's species is called. Does Yoda not know?
It has never been said, much like Frieza, it's never been said the name of the species. So it is referred to in canon as Yoda's species.
Didn't they finally name them? The Friezas?
As far as Wikipedia is concerned, they're still called Yoda's species.
No, the Friezas. Didn't they name Frieza's race? Aren't they like
I don't know.
Coldoids or something?
I can't. I tried to search Frieza on Wikipedia. That doesn't work.
It should work though. Why the fuck? Hey,
it should work.
Hey Disney, while you're busy ruining Star Wars, could you do something sick like mashing it up with Dragon Ball, please?
And race free. It's just called Frieza race.
Okay.
Yeah. So still no.
Frieza race is
still
when
no official race.
you try to run to the finish line before everyone else, but anytime the Coldoid says Frieza, you have to stop in place or you're out.
So apparently they have been referred to as frost demons colloquially, but is not an official. It's not an official thing. They were just called that by someone.
Well, that's stupid because nothing about them is frosty except their names.
Well, they have an ice cold demeanor.
Wow, I suppose that's a little bit true.
Frieza, King Cold, Cooler, Frost, Chilled. Who's
Frost
Chilled?
And Chill?
You don't know Frost?
Oh, is that's got to be a super.
Frost is from Super. Frost.
Well, I mean,
the Frost.
If there's a
really
Dragon
cool.
Ball character I haven't heard of, it's from Super. So I guess it was a slam dunk, but yeah.
You've Chilled is from episode of Bardock.
Oh. Wait, is that a new thing or is that the original Bardock thing?
That
be a newer thing.
It's a 3-chapter manga. It later received an adaptation in 2011.
God, write more 3-chapter mangas.
Yeah, we're dying for that.
Well, maybe that's maybe not enough mangas. But you remember the manga that
how about 5?
The manga that Edge of Tomorrow, Live Die Repeat was based on, All You Need Is Kill. But that one was 2 manga volumes. I guess like if the typical length is like 7 chapters per volume, so I guess that's like 14 chapters. The perfect manga length. So
I haven't finished. I'm like 50 pages out from the end of this book, so I don't know how. I'm at the denouement.
Oh my gosh!
So I don't know how it goes. So this is my thoughts here are entirely based on having read up to the climax, but not through the climax.
You know what that means? Time for a pinch of salt. Hit the salt button. Take these thoughts with a pinch of salt, everybody.
No, I don't think that you need. I mean, I read 320 pages of this book. I don't think there's a pinch of salt needed.
You're the one. You're the one hedging.
Huh?
You're the one hedging. Just tell us what you think of the book.
No. Well, it's not that I'm hedging. It's that I'm explaining. I just don't think that reading the ending is necessary for what I'm going to say. Which is that it's like it's written. You know how you watch, or maybe here when I watch Phantom Menace, I'm like, wow, this play sucks, and it feels like to me, it feels like it knows that it sucks.
When you watch Phantom Menace, you think this play sucks or this place sucks?
Place. Like the Republic, it sucks. The Republic sucks.
Yeah.
And it feels like it's about the ways of the Republic sucks. And the book is really fascinating because Sure. The book is fascinating because, and it's the first released book in the High Republic era, which is called Light of the Jedi. It feels like it's okay. It's more obvious that the Republic sucks, but it doesn't seem to agree with me that it does. The book does not seem to know that everything it's saying about the Republic is bad.
Oh no.
But it's so obvious that it is. It is written with such clarity that it's like it's basically a farce of liberal ideas. Except it feels like it is meant to be taken totally at face value. There's like this new liberal chancellor who's like doing all these great works and doing all this really awesome like colonialism at the Outer Rim that everyone loves.
We love that. We
love that.
Guys, if we don't bring Tatooine into the rim of the Empire, how are you going to have a Star Wars later?
Here's what it is. I was told that the book was planning for the book started before COVID, but that doesn't matter because it is a total like elucidation of the fears of liberalism, of like what would happen if Trump was behind the wheel it's like the fantasy that were something terrible to happen, that a good liberal would be behind the wheel and be able to take care of it and do everything possible to keep people safe in the galaxy. It's like the book is like, what if Hillary Clinton was president instead of Trump during COVID? That's like basically the entire plot of the book.
I hate that so much.
Yeah, and the answer is that it would be bad in all the ways that it seems like it would be bad, except that because they all have such good intentions and because they're such good, effective leaders, it works out.
Wow, we love that.
It is so weird. It is so weird. Like they do this thing, so the characters are constantly.
It sounds to me like like the liberal brainchild that's been incubating during the whole Trump presidency. Like they've been working on this for 4 years. And
totally.
Like, look, we're done. We finally made our response to the Trump presidency.
It's like, okay, so it's like, what if, and it makes sense. Okay, so there's like literally a lockdown in the book. There's like a hyperspace lockdown in the book.
Ooh.
And it's perfect because it supposedly was conceived before COVID, but it's just like a perfect like representation of the liberal fear of like, what if we had to choose between the economy and the people?
God.
And then the book gets to go, well, obviously they would choose the people, which is not true.
Yeah.
And we know that that's not true because right after
we've all been alive for the last year.
We've all been alive for the last year.
And we're the lucky
ones. And also and many of us have been alive for the last 40 years and know that it hasn't been true any of that time.
And many of us were alive for the last 40 years but aren't alive anymore because of the last 12 months.
Right. And so it's like it's basically like the book is proving itself wrong as it's being written, like not just as it's being read, but as it's being written, it is disproving its own theory.
Like how again, it's not fair because I haven't read the book and I'm just going off of your summation of it, but it's like, it's like well, yeah, I don't know. It's like, I can see I was going to make fun of like the writer who like looks out their window every day and sees what's going on in the world and like just goes back to their, but like doesn't see that like the thing that they're writing is silly and doesn't make sense. But
Right.
I could also see someone
doesn't
being
even
like,
see that
no,
it's happening, because I saw an interview. I looked up an interview, and according to him, he's writing about like Kennedy's 1960s.
oh,
Like Chancellor Lena So is like like Star Wars Kennedy.
we are talking about recently released Star Wars novel, Star Wars Light of the Jedi, the first released novel in the new Star Wars setting, the High Republic era.
Yeah, and don't get it. I enjoyed reading this book. I thought it was extremely frustrating. Like the politics of it were extremely frustrating, but they were so clearly, like, it's so clearly reproduced what the Republic would want someone to write about it if it were real,
Right.
and what Disney wants you to think about.
Right.
Your liberal empire that you live in.
We can't be surprised, because this is fundamentally the conflict that has been at the heart of the Star Wars fandom. Really since forever, but especially since The Last Jedi came out. It's been, because if for people who didn't watch The Last Jedi, if you're not a Star Wars fan, you're not into it. The thing is, it's like a lot of people, if I think for good reason, view Star Wars as, it's kind of like a, maybe silly is the wrong word, but it's like a I don't know.
It's just some movie.
It's just some movie. It aims to be a popcorn epic that deals in, easily identifiable tropes, and a lot of times So Keith and I were talking. I'll finish my thing. Star Wars plays in a lot of big tropes, and it does a lot of, it's heavily steeped in the hero's journey framework and all of these kind of like time-tested story tropes to make this sort of like classical fantasy hero's journey adventure in space opera thing. And there's a lot of people that are really dedicated to like only reading that like very surface level read of like of like not even necessarily the way this, like not even necessarily reading the text of the story the way it's presented, but almost like the text of like the Star Wars like marketing apparatus of like Empire is bad and they have all the scary looking costumes and machines, and like and these people are good and they have maybe not less imposing looking weapons and machines or whatever, and Jedi, they're the superheroes with the magic powers and the laser swords. They're the ultimate good guys, and the Sith are the bad Jedis, so they're the evil version of the ultimate good, the ultimate evil, right? And all this stuff. And now like The Last Jedi comes in.
Well, you're right.
Sorry, what?
I was going to say that it was a good point that it's not just consuming it based on the text, but based on like the way that it gets laundered through the marketing, to be consumed as it's a story of good versus evil, which is just two different kinds of cool.
Right, exactly. Like
good and evil,
and we think the Empire is cool because they're evil, but it's fine to think they're cool because real evil doesn't actually exist, and so no one would actually be evil, so it's fine to think the Empire is cool. Right.
Or real evil exists in different way. Real evil is like murderers, not like evil government,
not like the government.
Right. Like if they wanted to make an actual villain, it would be like Iran.
And what becomes interesting about that is
that's the marketing, that's not me.
Right. And so The Last Jedi comes in, which was the eighth. It was the eighth full proper Star Wars movie, and it kind of had some stuff where like where Luke Skywalker thinks the Jedi as a concept is bad and that there shouldn't be any more of them. And also they talk about
an idea to which the movie is not even fully dedicated.
To which the movie is not even fully dedicated. And it also brings in this idea of that the Empire is not just an evil force that exists in a vacuum, but that there are independent and extremely wealthy weapons manufacturers that create and sell the weapons both to the Empire and to the Resistance. And the movie definitely goes out of its way to be like, these are the actual worst people, or at least they are equally as bad as it's not the Empire and it's the First Order, which is
the
just
First
a different
Order.
They made a different empire.
What if the liberal government that got set up by the rebels immediately was overtaken by the fascist remnants of the Empire?
Can you believe?
I guess is what the First Order is.
Could you believe?
Could you believe?
And so there were a lot of
literal
people...
text of the movie being more interesting than than the movie itself, but then what anybody ends up taking from it. I actually don't know exactly how the First Order thing happened, but I'm pretty sure that's it, right?
That's totally the most frustrating. I actually like The Force Awakens, but the most frustrating thing about that is that they don't even offer like they don't even offer a tossed off explanation of what the First Order is or how it came to exist. Which, they were trying to do like a soft reboot of the original Star Wars, and the original Star Wars also does not explain what the Empire is or how that came to be. So like, I guess fair enough, but it's not exactly the same thing because we already had 6 Star Wars movies. And a Christmas special.
You're doing a sequel. Your sequel to the rebellion winning.
Your sequel to someone else's thing.
There's some new.
Your sequel to someone else's thing needs more justification than the original thing, I think is what comes down to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the justification would have been interesting because I'm pretty sure that's what it is, which is that the rebellion immediately gets compromised by remnants of the Empire and they become like this,
that's so the idea
become
that that's
unable
not...
to
I want to see
they set
that
up a liberal governing body that's unable to sever itself from this weird empire remnant that gets codified into the government somehow.
What's super frustrating is that there were just tons of these awful man babies that got so outraged by The Last Jedi that Disney got scared and ran in the other direction with the next movie, and it was by all accounts quite bad.
I haven't seen it.
But it's funny because we both thought The Last Jedi was one of the best Star Wars movies, and clearly someone at Disney agreed because they were set to give Rian Johnson, the director and writer, or did he write?
I think so.
Writer director of The Last Jedi. Was going to get his whole own Star Wars trilogy, and after seeing The Last Jedi, I was so thrilled about that idea, and it sounds like no official confirmation, but after the backlash to The Last Jedi, it's probably highly unlikely that will ever happen. And
there was a viral tweet by someone who I don't know who basically was like, "I know that the Rian Johnson thing is still happening because I heard that it's still happening."
That would be awesome.
I'm only saying this because it happened to be a viral tweet literally yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So otherwise it seems like not news. It's basically it doesn't have a timetable because he's doing other stuff or whatever. It seems like if I had a Star Wars trilogy, I would be doing it now. I would not be doing something different.
Well, if you were Rian Johnson though, and you made The Last Jedi, and then the response to that was what it was, maybe you would want to take a breather from Star Wars for for a minute.
Fair.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But I hope that's true. That would be awesome.
I think
Oh, but so anyways, this is all to say, it sounds like the High Republic ends up being this, the liberal utopia that the total surface level reading of Star Wars that the people that hated The Last Jedi want to have It just feels like it sounds like the High Republic is just feeding into that. Like, yeah, the Republic was great. It was bad that the Republic fell because it was awesome. Right?
Sorry, can you say that last bit again?
The reason I explained Star Wars and the contention over The Last Jedi of like this surface level read of Star Wars being a very simple good versus evil story, and the stuff going on in The Last Jedi that wants to complicate that, it sounds like the High Republic is just further of them running in the opposite direction from The Last Jedi, of just saying like, no, yeah, like the Republic was great, like the Republic fell and that was really bad, and so the Republic is still there and the Republic is great, and like that sounds to me like what your read at least was of it.
Yeah, but it's so okay, but I cannot get over this feeling of that the poisonous liberal ideology at the core of the High Republic book that I read, which is, again, only one. I have the second one that is out, and I'm going to also read it. And its author, Claudia Gray, has written some stuff that people seem to really like. So maybe it will be better and more interesting.
Who
and
is
that
the
is
author
one
of
of
the
the
first one?
Charles Soule.
Okay.
Seoule, I believe. And I'm not familiar with either of their prior work. But like, that is one of the fun things about the Star Wars EU, is that you get a bunch of things written by a bunch of different people,
right?
And some of it's awesome and some of it's dog shit. And the stuff that's awesome is really awesome, and there could be a High Republic book and two High Republic books that come out in the same month, and one of them sucks and one of them's great. But I want to say that, like, Light of the Jedi doesn't suck. It is extremely frustrating. It's extremely frustrating, but it so clearly paints a picture of like the poisonous heart of the Republic. It just doesn't do anything with it. It pretends, it sort of seems to pretend like it's not there.
That's really like, frustrating.
There's this awesome line. Like, it seems like a joke. Like, it seems like it's making fun of liberalism with how hard it goes. Like, there's this refrain whenever someone is doing something selfless or whatever, or is whenever someone's talking about it's like the book is obsessed with race, and it's racist in the way that Star Wars is racist.
Oh, so it's Star Wars.
It's Star Wars, so it's like it's tropey, and it uses alien races to be tropes of different kinds of things. These aliens are like this. These aliens are like that. This is the warrior planet. This is the scary lizard planet. This scary lizard became a Jedi. Isn't that interesting? That one of the bad lizards is a good Jedi. I treated this. I will read you, and then the book, the way it's written from the perspective of a bunch of like, it keeps shifting perspective. It's a third person book, but like, you can tell that as we follow characters, we're following them into their minds, and we're hearing things from their perspective. And this is a Jedi on the Jedi Council talking about Skier, her best friend, who's a Trandoshan Jedi. She glanced at Skier sitting across the table from her, watching silently his long clawed arms folded across his chest. He looked imposing, as always. Third time that they've brought Skier up, every time the character at whose perspective we're reading from has called him imposing. Literally just the word imposing each time. Imposing, as always, a slab of scaled muscle and sharp teeth in Jedi robes. Trandoshan Jedi were rare because the planet's culture was built around predation and supremacy, ideals that did not always mesh well with the precepts of the Order. Even when Trandoshan children did have an affinity for the Force, it was unusual for them to be brought to the Jedi Temple for training. But Skier had not only made it to Coruscant, but had also excelled, becoming a full-fledged Jedi Master. All things were possible. And I find this to be a really horrible way to look at your best friend and have this thought after years of knowing him, and you're like, wow, isn't it great that my friend the Trandoshan beat the odds and became one of the good ones.
You are right that it is like this pristine high liberal crystal construct. It is like it is pure distilled liberalism of like, I'm looking at this person and I'm having these thoughts about them in this extremely neutral way, and I'm pretending that it doesn't affect the way I look at them. But also, as I'm listening to this, and the worst thing about it is I'm hearing this and I'm like, well, I'm not even a big Star Wars EU person, but I already know that all plays into long-standing characterizations of this alien race, right? So I'm sure this writer would be like, well, that's just Trandoshans. I didn't invent that.
Right, because Trandoshans Trandoshans were one of the bounty hunters that they hire in A New Hope because they found the mask at an eye party. And so now forever Trandoshans, a Trandoshan was one of the bounty hunters that Vader hires in A New Hope because they found a mask at an eye party. And so now that's Trandoshans forever, and they're bad forever.
You mean Empire?
Empire, sure, yeah. So and then there's this other thing. So, but the book, it's obsessed with race. It's obsessed with that it doesn't care about race, right? And in this is extremely racist because because Star Wars it needs you to know the race of every single person all the time. You have to know what kind of alien someone is. And so, and also you have to know what that means. So it's constantly being like, it's constantly introducing people as adjective race, right? So officious Bith, steadfast Athorian, imposing Trandoshan. Throughout the entire book, it's doing this. But at the same time, it's like, but it doesn't matter because we are all the Republic, which is a refrain that they repeat about 20 times throughout the book. Characters say this out loud. They say it is like their patriotic scree. Where they go, we are all the Republic.
Now keep in mind, this is a setting that takes place before and not after. It could be, you could call it High Republic and set it 2,000 years in the future, but they didn't do that.
Yeah. Right. So
all of this framing is like, we should go back to this, and it sucks.
But it's so perfectly sucks that it feels intentional, even if it's not. It feels like a perfect mapping of like liberal, and it also starts with like this whole thing about great works and ambition. Did I read this? We talked about Star Wars for like 45 minutes the other day off recording.
Yeah,
did I read that bit of the thing to you?
We should bring that up, right?
So I don't have. Maybe I'll grab the book. No, it's fine. So it starts off the conception of the High Republic is that like it's an explicitly colonial conception for the entire era, which is that Lina So, the great chancellor who has used her political will to change to basically create a patriotic republic. Like that is like the great thing that she did was take this thing that was the Republic and give it an identity, which is that they're all this one thing, and then that's good. And her new mission is to take that and extend it to the Outer Rim, by launching what they call the Starlight Beacon, which is basically like a communications relay and diplomacy hub that they are sending, and like Jedi temple that they're sending to be like it's a hospital, but it's also a cop. It's also the cops, but it's also
it's a police station.
It's also a satellite.
It's a police station, but it's a hospital, but it is like an encapsulated liberal bubble. That's fascinating. I mean,
it goes like, we're sending a capsule full of liberal society to the Outer Rim, so that you guys can feel like more, so that we can be, so we can have more control over you.
So you can join us.
Yeah.
So you can be enlightened by the light of the Jedi.
Right, which it categorizes as the frontier in the ways that you do, which is that it is both like a land of opportunity for the people brave enough to go out there, but also it's equally, risky and dangerous because it's beyond the reach of the Republic. But then also the goal of doing that is to bring it within the reach of the Republic. They also, and this is, I just want to show, just to highlight, just to cap, because I know that we want to play the game as a cap, like, to show you how unvarnished the absolute liberal brain of the book is that they go through and talk about like the Jedi outpost program, which is like this program that Jedi build these like little outposts on a world, and they're just like, we'll just find a world that we think needs our help, build a little place there for like 7 to 10 Jedi, and we'll just hang out there, and if anyone needs help, we'll help them. Sounds extremely like some shit the Jedi would do. Don't ask why the Jedi care to like carve statues of themselves, lightsabers ready, into the sides of the mountain. Why Jedi care about stuff like that?
Did they do that?
Yeah, this is like one of the decorations that they describe outside of the one on this planet called Elfrona, which is like basically a rich mining world, but it's like a liberal rich mining world. Like, think of a mining, and it's like bad because it's like bad capitalism. But like, what if it was good liberal extractive mining, where the whole planet is mineable, good mineable metal, and we divide it up into claims, but you can only have 4 claims. And so I think this is pretty much a direct quote from the book. The wealth of the planet somehow belonged to everyone at once. But that means that you move there, buy your mining droids, build your mine, build your home, mine the land, but you can't have too much of the land, but everything you get is yours, but it's fair because of that. Mm-hmm. And it centers around the potential kidnapping of like a wealthy family that moved out here to like just for fun, basically. They just for fun moved to this mining world, and it just was like so perfect that that the author like figured out a way to write liberal extractive capitalism.
Diggy Smash in the chat is like Minecraft real. Just listening to this, like, Minecraft is real.
and then like it just so happens that this mining world full of like adventurous, wealthy mine stakeholders, that's the world where the Jedi just happen to have.
Right.
We just happen to have
a big statue. They just have to have a big Mount Rushmore.
Where like, what Outer Rim world should we have one of our outposts on? Should it be on, I don't know, some backwater world that has a bunch of people who seem not important? Or should it be a world where it's all people from the core who moved there to get rich? Right. Are those the people we should have? And it's like, yeah, of course that it's the rich mining world that Chancellor So is constantly being like, Elfrona represents this new spirit of the Republic. People coming together to mine this planet. It's
holy
wild.
Shit.
I mean, it's so wild that it's like, it seems impossible to not know that how it sounds.
Yeah.
Which is why I think the book rules. Like, honestly, it's so good.
So what are you saying about this book? Real quick though, I was going to say this reminds me exactly the kind of stuff that I am finding it so difficult to untangle about Minecraft when I am talking to my daughter about it, because my daughter is obsessed with Minecraft right now, and she's extremely curious and wants to, and she is the kind of person she's the kind of kid who will just constantly state observations to adults and wait for them to correct her so that she can gather more information or whatever, because she's extremely smart and I love her. And so and it's like, this is the stuff where it's like, she's obsessed with this game that's about cutting down lots of trees. And it's like Minecraft is this game that is in a lot of ways built around these like really fun, low level kind of like fundamental human existence type things that you kind of can't feel that bad about. It's like, yeah, hunt animals to eat meat to stay alive. That's right. Yep, checks out. That's normal human stuff.
Checks out. Normal.
Cut down a tree to build a house from. Okay. Yeah. I think we could say that checks out. You know, like collect clay from the shore to build structures out of. Yes. But then it's like, but she's like trying to find where Minecraft fits into the real world, and I don't know how to explain it other than to just be like, it doesn't. It's like weird telling her that like Minecraft is simultaneously like aims to be this like a representation of like fundamental human existence while simultaneously is a total and utter fantasy. But I don't want to just crush her dreams by telling her Minecraft
by
is
saying
fake.
Minecraft's not real.
Yeah, so I just so it's like,
and in the ways that it is real, it's representing something that's mostly bad.
Yeah.
Maybe just try that. See what happens. Crush them.
Yeah, no, I mean, like,
young.
I definitely, I don't want to make it sound like I am not explaining to her why. I had to the other day. We had to, the fucking coal. What is it, like a coal mine or something that's like in Boston that you like drive past? Like it's like West Boston or something.
There's a coal mine in Boston,
or something like
real.
that, or some kind of like it's like a gravel and sand pit or like processing area. It's like Boston. It's like Boston gravel and sand, and they just have like a big American flag. That's always been there pretty much. And we drove past it. My daughter was like, "Oh, that's nice. They had an American flag to let everybody know that America is the best." And I was like, "Oh boy,
wow,
okay, all right, let's have a little chat about this now."
Where did that come from?
Hey, it's just all. It's.
I mean,
all
it comes
around,
from
man.
everywhere, which is why it's like. But it's just like.
Oh, I had to. She was doing kindergarten at my house the other day because she does Zoom kindergarten, and they were learning today. We're learning all about the symbols of the United States. And they're showing them the seal with the eagle and explaining it's got the arrows and the olive branch. 13 arrows for 13 colonies and 13 leaves on the olive branch for also 13 colonies. And every single one of these things represents freedom. This thing on this thing represents freedom, and this thing on this thing represents freedom. And people came from other countries and they saw the Statue of Liberty, and that was like a symbol of freedom. And I was just like, I'm dying. I'm dying right now.
Miserable.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'll set her straight. Just have to do it in the right way.
Yeah. Well,
she's smart though. She's got a good head on her shoulders. But all those other kids though, I don't know.
Yeah, they're fucked. That's how they get you. They get you real young.
They get you real young.
They get you extremely young.
Yep. Yeah, it's like it's miserable. It's like it's almost it's basically impossible to, unless you're just gonna do the full homeschool thing. It's like impossible to have a child that doesn't get fully indoctrinated into the American propaganda, and then you have to like pull them out of it. That's just how it is.
Well, this is part of why. This is part of why the book works so well, even if by accident, is because, like I said, you're constantly jumping from perspective from Jedi Padawans to the Masters to senators to the Chancellor to like military leaders and other things, soldiers, whatever. You probably jump between you're probably hitting perspective of like 20 something different characters throughout the course of the book.
Mm-hmm.
And and sometimes it can be extremely disorienting, and this book does it fine. The writing is okay in the book. The plot, I think, is like, on paper, it's a good plot. It's kind of funny that it's literally like a COVID allegory, even though it doesn't mean to be. And actually, reading it as a COVID allegory makes like the main antagonists like force of like coked out like marauders that have seemingly no motivation besides that they really love to kill. Seeing that as a COVID analogy makes it more interesting thematically, where really it's just like a stupid trope where they're like, it's just like, yeah, they're killers, they like to kill because they're killers. But like, having the super indoctrinated liberal shit coming out of these characters feels real. They're never in the like, these are people who have real power in the real power over what happens at these like galactic flashpoints.
Right.
And so it makes sense that their inner monologue
is important.
Is steeped in the liberalism of the Republic. And it's only after seeing the patterns in the writing that you can for sure go like, well, these ideas are really coming from the author, but it feels real having it come from these characters. Like, these characters would think like this. They would have to be part of the Republic in the way that they are.
Right.
And
you're trying. It sounds like maybe you're trying to explain that, like, you understand why an agent of the Republic would think and act in all of these ways, but it sounds like you felt like the way it was written, the author also agrees that all of those things are good.
Right. And it for most of the book, it doesn't matter what the author thinks, because he does such a good job of picking who he's writing about to be the exact sorts of people that would have the same stupid ideas that he has. It's only when those ideas start working that the reality breaks down.
Okay. Right.
Anyway, it's good. I recommend
like
it.
Reading this whole book being like, this is great, they're headed for disaster, and then it all works and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, big kind of. Well, it's not that I wasn't expecting the disaster, because I from like literally before the book started, I read like the like the little blurb on like page 0, right? Like, it's not even a numbered page yet, and I read the little blurb and I was like, this is some bullshit. And the bullshit got so strong that I was like, maybe this is on purpose. But mostly I was just like, the politics of this book are bad. Even if you know, they make perfect sense in most of the context that the book is written, which makes it good. And it's written so clearly, like the ideology is so pure and uncut that it's like, it is elucidating regardless of if it's correct or not.
Yeah.
I like it. I think it's good. I think the book's totally worth reading. There's a few cringy bits. I like the this could have not worked for me, but it did. I like the husband and wife pilot team who don't understand the Jedi, but have been put in a position where they've got to hang around them a little bit, but they keep calling them space wizards.
Hey, what's up?
I heard the music.
I thought we were getting into a good place to end and switch to the game. And I'm like, this has been so long. This is just a podcast. I could just play the outro music right now, and then that's the end of a podcast. But the problem was, you couldn't hear it at first, so you couldn't hear it start, so that you weren't able to hear that and pick up on it and transition to an outro. And I couldn't really cut in on you. But what if we just took it from the top and say, hey, this is the end of a podcast, and isn't that something? And aren't we done with this podcast now? And don't you think it was great that they listened to this? We love talking about Star Wars. I'm interested in this High Republic era. I want to know what you think about the next book. And
Yeah.
God damn it. Well, that's just it. I want to know what you think about the next book. See ya.
Bye.
I thought that was a pretty graceful podcast ending, and I'm proud of
Well,
it.
here's why it wasn't, because I had to write in the chat I saw the numbers of watching going down, so I had to write in both chats that we're not stopping, we're still doing Mario.
Sorry.
And then people immediately were like, oh, okay, thanks.
Whoops.
So yeah, it was a great ending to a podcast, not a great middle section of a stream.
Great.
Oh, and even after that, people were just like, oh, it's just a transition. Like, yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, sorry. I was just saying that I was just gonna slap the outro music in the middle,
Yeah.
so that later I can snip that part out, and that's a podcast that doesn't require editing. Podcasts are actually, even though they don't have video, they're much more editing intensive than Let's Play somehow. So if you can just slap an outro on it and call it a podcast, that's a big win. That's a huge time saver.
Yeah. Next time we do that,
Whoopsies.
we have to say,
Yeah.
the podcast outro has to be, we are doing Snooze Button. If you want to watch the rest of this, it's on YouTube, and the people that are here don't go because we're doing the other half of Snooze
Whoops.
Button. Yeah.
Whoopsies.
And
Sorry about that, folks.
it's cool. Hey, it's cool.
We appreciate your patience.
Yeah. We went long on the talking part. I had to talk about Star Wars.
We went
because
long on the talk
it was,
part. I made the classic mistake of thinking that we could talk about Star Wars in a reasonable amount of time, and of course we never can. And that's fine.
I had a lot to say about the High Republic thing.
Yeah.
If we had started earlier, because we talked about phones for a really long time, and then we talked about malls for a really long time, and I had planned on talking about phones for like 5 or 10 minutes.
Sorry, I also had just I had just also been thinking a lot about phones because I just got a new phone.
Yeah. I planned on talking about Star Wars for the whole thing. So when we didn't talk about it until you thought we were about to switch to the game, I was like, oh no.
Well, I mean, Star Wars is a thing we'll talk about anytime, so we still could have just talked about Star Wars while doing Bowser's Fury.
Hey, but now we got a podcast.
Now we have a podcast, and Bowser's Fury is worth talking about on its own. So, I am fiddling with this stupid thing over here.
By the way, you were screen sharing with me the song, not the game.
You can't see this?
No, I see VLC.
Oh, that's garbage. Let's see. How do we normally share XSplit? What? Oh, hang on. Maybe I have to uncheck like hide XSplit. Yeah. Hide XSplit display capture uncheck. How about now?
There we go.
Good.
I like this. I like the stand-up bass that it's doing.
This is nice. All right. Okay.
it's like it's going like boom, 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 something like that. It's hard to hear because of how it gets mangled in voice meter.
Oh no.
Oh, I have a new thing that we can potentially use. Remind me after the show.
Okay. Well, welcome to the second half of the snooze button. It's Bowser's Fury. Super Mario 3D World was just recently released on the Switch, and it's bundled with with another game called Bowser's Fury. And it's sort of like an expansion pack, but it's also kind of like its own thing. It's weird. It continues to it's yet another hybrid strain of the Super Mario 3D thing, because 3D World is already kind of a mashup of 2D and 3D Mario because it's a 3D game, but they're all courses that you have to clear, and they all have like obey the rules of 2D Mario. Like, you jump on a Koopa, it drops its shell, you pick up the shell and you kick it at stuff. I don't know, other 2D Mario stuff. I guess I don't have someone I can rely upon here because maybe you're not super tuned in to the differences between 2
what
and
is
3D
2D Mario? They even have that? Of course, I'm kidding. The only Mario game that's any good is the 2D Mario game, Super Mario Land. And so, yeah, you don't do the jump like in 3D Mario.
You don't
usually
do the triple jump. That's all Keith cares about. But so this is the 3D Land and 3D World games. They're highly regarded, and this game used to only be on Wii U. Now it's on Switch. Go play it. It's fun. It's 4-player multiplayer, and it has online. The online is not great, but it is playable. And when it comes to Mario games, that's literally the best you can hope for. But we're gonna check out Bowser's Fury, which is more
for
of a single
multiplayer,
player.
not for normally.
Right. And the multiplayer wasn't in the original. The original was only local. The online is new. It's not very good. I tried it with my friend Phoenix, and we had a third player join, and it was slowdown style, like online stuff. So it's doing that like constant, like everyone's game needs to sync. There's no like predictive anything on it. So it ends up being like it's totally playable because it's not doing the like everyone's teleporting around thing, but it's just like super slow, and the controls get really muddy and unresponsive, and it's not a lot of fun, but you can do it. But Bowser, here the camera is pulled back and it's really static because it's a 4-player game, so you can't really move the camera. But here it's a single-player game, and a second player can be Bowser Jr. and the little floaty guy, and he floats around. So it's mostly like a single camera game, if you will. But what's interesting about Bowser's Fury is that it's a single world, like kind of open world game. It's taking like in 3D World, it's all still like linear levels that you are like you end on a flagpole, and here in Bowser's Fury, it's not even separated into different like paintings you jump in like Mario 64. It's just all one big something around.
It's a big open world. Well, it's a small open world.
It's a small open world, but it's really cool. And is this game quite loud? Maybe it's a little loud. Whoa! High CPU usage detected. Get out of here.
Don't you have a new CPU? What's going on there?
I do have bad RAM though. I wonder if that could play a part in that.
Oh, did you not get? I know you did get new RAM, didn't you?
No, I didn't get. I got broken RAM, and then I replaced it with bad RAM.
Oh, you should get good RAM.
Yeah, I know. Hey, the thing about good RAM, it costs money, and the bad RAM also costs money. Hey, it's me. And here I am, and I can.
This is the very, very beginning.
This is the very, very beginning.
Wow, this is spooky.
And what's this now? What's this big? And what's that up there?
This looks like a footprint of some horrible, massive creature.
Some kind of gigantic beast of some description.
This is going to be fun because the...
Oh, boy.
I have bad news.
Big boy. We love him. We love Tyson.
Because of how voice meter is bad, your audio is getting ducked so much that I can't hear a single word you say.
Oh, good. Let's see if we can do anything with that. Oh, here's something we can do. We can turn it down because I forgot to turn it down for you.
Okay, that's a little bit better. Actually, just for fun, I'm gonna record a little bit of this so you can hear what I hear.
That doesn't sound very fun.
Okay. And of course, now that sounded totally fine. So great.
Yeah, because the music quieted down.
Okay.
This game looks beautiful. Look at it. Look at it.
Voice meter is on top of it now.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Okay,
I assume that whatever really pretty shot you were showing me was really nice.
Isn't it nice?
Yeah, that looks fine.
Aww. You don't like the spooky Bowser spiky shell up there just hanging out?
Yeah, I like that.
In this game,
so do you sort of
cat.
like in Super Mario Sunshine style, or are you going to start clearing away some of this muck?
Yes. This is my map.
Okay, and it will
now,
become more...
Yeah. And even this is like the densest area of the whole map, so this even kind of tricks you into thinking like, whoa, if this whole map is this density, that's incredible. It's not anything like that. There's actually only like, this is one of 3 areas essentially. But I don't know, better a game that you finish quickly than one that outstays its welcome. Here's Bowser Jr. He's like, oh no, my dad became a bigger dad.
And that's bad.
Mario, dad is out of control. Dragon dad is out of control. I don't know what happened. He's just like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, sure.
I like that.
Huh? Now he's interested.
Mario actually keeps this face the entire time for the whole game anytime Bowser Jr. talks to him. So he's extremely not having it like all the time. He's like, I will help you though. I am a hero actually.
Yeah, I don't know. He seemed pretty enthusiastic about helping just then.
That's true. I didn't remember that because every other time from here when he helps, here you can make it help a little, a lot, or none. Just leave it on a little.
You mean a little? This is how much Bowser Jr. will help?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So he can fly around and whack things with his paintbrush and like maybe do other stuff. The weird thing about 3D World... Oh, and I have this cursor and I can maybe tell him to do stuff? Can I direct him to... Oh, wow. Go do that.
Are you just learning this?
Yeah. Well, no. Well, I'm just learning that I can tell him to attack enemies, but I did know that I could direct him with this cursor. 3D World, because it was on Wii U, it had that touch screen. And that's translated in the game by having you push R1 and you can bring up this cursor that you can tilt around. It actually ends up being kind of overpowered because the thing about the Wii U was you could only ever have one gamepad per system, and whoever had the gamepad could like tap on enemies to freeze them in place and interact with environmental objects. And I think you maybe couldn't even play with that gamepad, so it had to be like a 5th extra person who wasn't really playing who was doing that. But in this port, everyone can just pull up the touch thing and touch it all the time. And touch these kitties.
Wow, they love you.
We love that.
And you're sort of tricking them.
Am I?
Nasty Mario pretending to be a cat that all the other cats
is Mario
love.
not just a cat when he's like this? Because he does say meow meow. And that seems cat-like.
Well, he says meow, which is not what cats do.
Right.
Cats do meow, not say meow.
I recently learned that the Coptic word for cat, which is like, it's not like an ancient Egyptian language, but it's like an extremely, it's basically an ancient Egyptian language. And the word for cat seemed to be Mao, which I thought was delicious and incredible. Because why not?
I think that is true.
Hey,
That's still true. That is the Chinese.
I love this. Can you break a box? Ooh! Look at this now. And you can stop.
I don't know if it's also the sound they make, but. And what is this gonna do?
Look at that. That cat just killed that bird. And I gotta. That's
what they do.
Oh, it was interesting. I didn't even notice this was happening, but I just picked up like the raccoon leaf power up, and instead of transforming into it, it just went down into my stock in the lower left.
Oh, nice.
But maybe that's because I was holding a cat. Maybe you need to be a cat to pick up a cat, and so I couldn't transform while holding a cat.
That sounds wrong. I pick up a cat, and I'm not a cat all the time.
Nobody tell him. Nobody tell him.
What?
Don't tell him.
What?
Nothing.
What do you mean?
Nothing. I'm not talking
Tell
about
me
anything.
what?
Exactly. Nothing. There's nothing to tell you. That's why I'm saying we're not telling you anything.
Oh, hey, here's something. You ready for this?
Sure.
It's not actually. It's not important.
Okay.
I'm
This is
after
a gigabell.
Snooze.
Okay.
After Snooze, I'm earlier today I uploaded part 4 of 7 of the marathon. I'm gonna make it live after the thing. So if you're like, wow, I spent 2.5 hours on run button. What if it was 4.5 hours? Then you totally can do that.
Cool. So this is the gigabell, and when I get enough cat shines, the gigabell will become golden, and
Instead of like ferrofluid.
Instead of like ferrofluid. That's exactly what it looks like. This whole game is like a ferrofluid look to it.
Yeah.
They should totally just do. They should do more of Giga Bowser. Oh, so when Giga Bowser shows up, the cats turn evil. I don't know if I can jump on them. Oh, they just get sad.
Oh, you can put them in timeout.
They take a sit. So every once in a while, it's like a timer or something. Giga Bowser just kind of shows up and just makes your life kind of shitty for a minute. But it's nice that it kind of injects a little excitement to the proceedings.
Yeah.
What a terrible night to have a Giga Bowser. Yeah.
Every night to me is a terrible night to have a Giga Bowser. Oh, are you a Koopa kid?
Yes, I'm a boomer.
You're a
boomer brother. I'm a boomer. Mario's a boomer.
Damn.
Oh, but also every enemy in this game is a cat version of that enemy. Even the seagulls are cat seagulls, and even the flowers are cat flowers.
This is the second or third time I've heard you mention the seagulls, and I wonder what it is about the seagulls that make it especially impressive that even they're cats.
I fucking love it. I just love that the cats are seagull cats. It's so weird. It's such a weird thing to be a cat version of. Look at it, it's right there. Look at it.
Oh, make it fly away.
How do we zoom? Oh, nope. Look at this thing.
It looks stupid.
It's so cute. Cats look stupid. That's their whole charm. I fucking love it.
You gotta get
so
it from
much.
the side so you see the beak. Yeah, there you go. That's it. That's the angle.
Add a stamp. Let's add some stamps. Oh, wait.
That's too big.
How do I
that
undo?
stamp's too big.
No.
This snapshot mode seems a little weird.
Oh, here's what it is. It's that they map onto the environment, which is pretty neat, but it's just like, then what do we put in here? How do I change my stamp? Nope, that's not. I don't want that. Nope, that's not. I hate these controls. It's so bad.
I think you have to do just a regular unstamped picture.
It's lying to me. Oh, R plus. No, that's still not true. How do I
Maybe
change
you have to
the
have a stamp out in your hand. Get a stamp out.
Okay.
Now do it. There you go.
Well, that's all of them.
Awesome. Those all rule.
But you unlock stamps as you play in the game. They used to be Miiverse stamps.
Finally, some motivation.
Yeah, they used to be Miiverse stamps, which was real motivation because it meant it was new designs to shitpost with. But they killed the Miiverse because it was too good and people liked it too much. And so, there's even cat leaves. So Nintendo got scared and killed it.
Okay, but it sucks that Miiverse is too good.
Oh, here's something we can do. It starts the camera sensitivity low. Why? Who would do that?
High camera sensitivity does not even seem that high.
No, it's not. I don't know what... I don't know. I feel like when I introduce people to 3D games, they will just immediately be like, why is the camera so slow? Like, I don't think people actually want a camera that slow.
Maybe kids?
Maybe.
Hey, look, not everybody's fucking esports, Fortnite,
not everybody is
360 no scope.
Yeah. Not everybody is 420 blazing Bowser's Fury like I am, so that's a good point.
Catshine!
Catshine!
God, this is miserable because, like, I haven't been able to hear even, like, 1 second of audio, basically. All
What?
it's done is make you sound like total shit.
What?
Yeah, I basically can't hear the game at all. It's just making you sound bad.
I mean, that's not usual, right?
No, usually I can mostly hear the game, but you sound bad when the game is loud. But I can't hear you or the game, and I can only assume it's because the music is louder than usual, like because Mario wants you to hear what's going on in the music.
Huh. I don't know. We've had it pretty loud before. How's the music sound for the viewer? Hey viewer, how's the music sound for the viewer?
I can't.
Hey viewer, how's the music sound for the viewer?
Seems loud.
Yeah?
Yeah, seems...
Someone
no,
says
it doesn't
loud,
seem that
common
loud, I
noise.
guess. It's definitely extremely prominent in a way it isn't in a lot of the games that we play.
I've been putting the game's audio louder than I used to. They think it
Yeah,
sounds okay,
I think
so
it's breaking
whatever.
it for me.
I will say this though, the online play of Mario 3D World is good because it lets me finally enjoy that game because I think it's pretty boring single player, and also gives me renewed interest in getting to that game in our Mario Let's Play. But we have to finish Galaxy and Galaxy 2 first. But
Have to is a fun way to say.
But then I can make Keith buy 3D World and play it with me. And that'll be great. So here I can push the up button and then push the A button, and then I get one of these. And you know, they say cats don't like water, but he doesn't seem so bummed about it. That sounded like a real meow. I don't know. That didn't sound like someone saying meow. That just sounded like a meow. What do you think?
I couldn't hear it. And also, you have my screen share, you have it paused on the YouTube instead of the XSplit.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, when...
Oh yeah, cat bullies. Cat bullies, Keith.
When you're not talking, so I think you have the XSplit set up wrong, because when you're not talking, I can't hear the game at all. It's only when you talk that it creeps in, which is why I think it's extra bad, the stupid ducking that voice meter does, which is because it's constantly trying to duck itself because it's got both things on the same source.
Fascinating.
Sorry, I couldn't understand what you said.
Okay, no game audio for Keith.
Yeah, it's fine. It's so much better this way.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't hear anything anyway.
Woo! I had to boil cat bullies.
This is way better.
Classic thing for a 3D Mario.
Now, does Mario feel bad that he is a big murderer who's always going around killing?
Yes, it weighs very heavy upon his soul.
Who do you think
he can
feels
barely
most
sleep at
guilty
night.
about the lives they take in between Mario, Luigi, Peach, maybe Toad, Luigi?
Luigi. It's definitely Luigi. Yeah, Luigi's just like, oh no. They scream in my dreams.
Screamy dreamy.
And that's why he's haunted by so many ghosts. I mean, obviously, he was a fucking killer.
That makes perfect sense. Yeah, he's a killer.
Oh, do I have 5? I have 5. Let's go ring that bell. Huh?
Let's go ring that bell.
Let's go ring that bell. Oh, and the leaf. This is they've kind of retconned this. The leaf makes you Tanuki Mario, which, I mean, it still follows with the whole Tanuki thing, but it's just not. What happened to Raccoon Mario, you know? Why did we need a Tanuki Mario? Was Raccoon Mario not okay? I mean, it's still they're both a Tanuki Mario. I don't like the suit. I don't like the pajamas. You know?
You're saying that you like the tail and the ears, but not the whole suit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I don't see what was wrong with So now the bell becomes a Giga Bell power-up that turns you into Giga Cat Mario, who is a Super Saiyan.
Oh, he's a Super Saiyan.
He's a fucking Super Saiyan. Yes.
He's literally a cat.
A Super Saiyan cat. And then you have a kaiju fight with Bowser. So this is the best Mario game in years. You should play it if you like a Mario. It's not the best.
If you don't.
It's not the best fight mechanics, to be honest. But you know, whatever. Ooh.
Oh, and then you lose it if you get hurt. Now you're just regular.
Now I'm just a regular. Mario. Oh, and so I think it's. But if I want it back,
Mario has never been this big, ever.
Well, there were the Mega Mushrooms, and I don't know how the Mega Mushrooms fit into the Giga Bells. I have to hide behind, you know, hiding behind the level from a giant laser beam is great. Where the power-ups are supposed to come back, where are they? Oh no! Oh, that's the biggest difference. Yeah, the biggest difference about this one and 3D World is that you become Little Mario if you get hit instead of having
coin health.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got him.
Got him.
You should just finish the fight.
Just take him out right now. Wow, he exploded. Cat
you,
Rainbow.
Mario.
Cat Rainbow. My daughter's gonna love that Cat Rainbow. I gotta show her that. Here's our next thing. It's ice, which is objectively less fun than beach. Everyone knows that. It's scientific.
Right, well, because
In
beach
video
is
games.
fun in real life, so you don't have to do anything to make beach seem fun.
I see.
Because
Actually,
it is
in
by
real
itself.
life, I might say ice is more fun than beach for me personally. But in video game,
No,
beach more
you're
fun than
wrong.
ice.
You're lying.
I'm lying?
Okay, do you want... Think of where you would want to spend 2 hours.
Okay.
At a beach or in an ice cavern.
That's not a fair question.
It is a fair question.
No, I meant
Do
like
you want
want
to shovel snow or do you want to walk along the beach?
No, I meant like
Which one's more fun?
Oh my god.
Who are you?
I haven't seen
that
this
cat's
cat
so
yet.
sad.
Wow, that cat is so sad. I think it it wants a baby
15
cat.
to awaken. What does it awaken into?
We have to awaken the next Gigabell.
Oh, not to awaken that cat into its true form.
No. This cat looks like they need their baby cat. We gotta go look for him. Oh no, hurry, jump fast.
Okay, so what were you trying to say? Why is my ice beach analogy not fair?
Well, because I was gonna say, like, if you were really gonna, you know, to properly enjoy yourself on the beach, you're gonna want to bring some stuff, right? And so if I was similarly, oh, here's the baby. Oh, if I were similarly kitted out to have fun in the snow / ice, in an icy, like a, you know, like if I had ice skates on an icy pond, that's fun. You know, that's not fair to just be like, if you were trapped in an ice cavern, would you be having fun? It's like, no, obviously not.
Well, I think that this is my point, which is that you don't need to bring any items to the beach to have fun, or to have it be nice. The beach is nice and signifies a good, relaxing time on its own. Just seeing the beach itself means this is a good time. You have to create a situation in which ice can be enjoyed.
Right.
Which is why ice levels are inherently weaker, which is because you have to do the work to make the ice seem fun. Beach seems fun on its own.
And so here we're on some kind of water dragon Yoshi.
Yeah, this is my favorite thing that I saw. when you were showing this the other day. I thought this water dragon Yoshi was very cool and seemed really fun to control.
It is fun to control.
It seems slidey like a warthog.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. You can also just kind of like totally slide onto land like it's a thing to do. Oh, do this.
Slide.
I love these. I love these little cat Goombas.
Ooh, you can commit deforestation.
Yeah, we love it. Do you think we get anything for killing all the trees? Oh, what is that?
I don't know, but you got its coins.
Dead.
It became coins.
What it is.
Who cares about killing?
Yeah.
Who cares about knocking down trees?
Who cares about knocking down trees when you can murder animals? Just,
I mean, who cares about knocking down trees if you get coins in return?
right.
If you, I'll kill anybody if I get
I'll kill
a
anything.
couple coins out of it. Almost. Almost.
We almost got him. Yeah. Wow. I mean,
That's it. You killed them all.
color me shocked that we're not getting some kind of special reward for this. Oh, right. And so this was also something from 3D World. It turned out most of the stuff in this game was just also from 3D World, and I didn't remember any of it, but there is definitely a Kriba's Ice Skate, and it's wonderful, and we love it.
Oh, this is great.
Oh!
No, come back.
Oh, no! Ah! Oops.
Fucked it up.
Oh, jeez. Not bad. Oh.
Hey, look, it's called Kriba's Ice Skate, not Kriba's Nice Time Skate. This is serious shit.
That's true. Wow. You said it. And I think now that we got this one, I think it unlocks like another cat shine for that slope, and I can head back up.
Here's something we haven't mentioned today. If you're watching, you can feel free to go over to contentburger.biz and sign up for the Run Button Patreon. That's something you can do. If you're one of the, again, wow, it really is like half of people watch on Twitch, half people watch on YouTube.
It really is, yeah.
If you're on Twitch, if you haven't been to the YouTube, you can also subscribe on the YouTube. That's a great place to subscribe to us. I guess if you're on the YouTube, I don't know why, but I don't care if you sign up for the Twitch or not. Really only the YouTube that I care about subscriptions on. Maybe that's wrong of me. Maybe that makes me bad.
Yeah, I think that is wrong of you. I definitely care about people signing up on Twitch.
A lot of people sign up on Twitch.
It's
during the marathon.
Oh, here is the Bowser Jr. thing I did know about, was that sometimes there's question marks and you can direct him to them, and then he'll do that. And you'll get a mushroom. And they'll be like, cool, a mushroom.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I just feel like we never get any subscribers on like we got like 150 subscribers on the Twitch during the marathon and like 8 to the YouTube. I don't know why that is. Our platform of choice hates us.
Or because Twitch is the platform of choice of more game watchers.
Hard to say if that's true. I'm sure it is. I like his little walk. He's a very confident little cat walk. He walks like he's been a cat his whole life.
I know,
it's not
right?
True.
It's not a thing for him when he's cat. That's why I'm like, it's like he's a cat. It's like he's a cat.
Like he's a cat. Very convincing. Mario has had a lot of jobs in his life: plumber, construction worker,
Race car
golf,
driver,
race car driver, cat,
boxing referee,
cat,
carpenter. Was that going somewhere? I thought
soccer.
you had more.
Oh,
Soccer player.
The cat was one of the jobs. Was
Oh,
cat.
okay, cat. All right, got it.
Cat.
I'm back. Well, how do I get the... Oh, I don't have another shine to get here yet. I also haven't unlocked... You can unlock a cannon that just fires you back up to the top, and that's nice to know. Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
So what is this? You haven't really told me what that thing is.
What? Oh, the red. Those are like red coins. When you collect enough of them in an area, you get, I think, a cat shine. Yeah. 5 cat shine shards. They're cat shine shards. Obviously.
5 cat shine shards.
That should be clear to all of us. That should be clear to all of us. Can I have a cannon yet? Sounds like no. Sounds like no, I can't. Oh, but there's a new power-up. Ah! These lighthouses.
There's more to this ice place than the Karibo slope, right?
Yeah, yeah. Give me that. Whoa!
Ooh, you do a little kind of glide there. Just a little bit, but
it's just this like 45-degree angle thing. But if you're up high,
maybe 35-degree angle.
Okay. Well, maybe your degrees are in Celsius, so it's lower than mine.
Right.
They do stand up at the top of the trees, like you like them to do, and they hop off.
Here's my thing. Here's my Mario thing. You ready for it? 3D Mario, right?
All right.
It's just, you just do it. It's sure it's good, it's nice, and you just do it.
Oh, I missed.
And that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, you do it.
You just do it. It shows you.
Well, it gets hard.
Ooh,
you get far enough.
You did a jump up into there.
Yeah, that's what I was
what?
just saying. That I was like, hey, that's the thing you like, and you were just.
I didn't see it. I missed it. I mean, I saw it the second time, but I just feel like you just do. You just do it.
You just
that's
do
all.
it. You know, I see that more for the 2D Mario, which these are reminiscent of, because you know that's like you just go through the level. Yeah, so definitely like the 2D ones and these. Yeah, you just do it. Hey, there's some stuff out there to do, and if you like doing it, here it is. But if you don't like doing it, uh-oh.
There it isn't.
There it isn't. Whoa, there it isn't.
Whoa, there it isn't.
Wow, let's sneak in through the... Oh no.
Yeah, I think that's my thing about Mario games. Although I feel it, especially with the 3D Mario games, I cannot judge your claim that this is more like a 2D one in the way that it feels, because it sure looks 3D. But it's like you know, all the Mario stuff is sure pleasant to do if what you want to do is the Mario stuff.
Okay.
I just usually don't.
Have you played 3D... Like, so you haven't played 3D World, right?
No.
Have you played 3D Land?
I haven't played a Mario game since Galaxy 2.
Including 3D Land. And
everything across the board.
Okay. So I don't have a punch also. Like, I have the run button just like a 2D Mario, and that's another way that it's like a 2D Mario. I also have this guy that swings his arms around at me, and he's usually only in the 2D Mario games, I think. So, you know, there was, like, you know, mushroom make you big. Remember, you know, like, some of the basic Mario stuff kind of got lost.
It's not one
from those...
up, it's grow up.
Well, there was also one-ups. But I just mean...
Right, but in 3D Mario, mushroom isn't grow up, it's one up.
Sure. They still had the one-up mushrooms, but they didn't have any of the grow-up mushrooms. That's a big difference. It got little Mario in there. And then when you play in the multiplayer, you have Luigi and Toad and Peach, and they all behave like they do in Super Mario Bros. 2, which is cool. So
now,
Luigi...
where's the 2D Mario game that has a bunch of stuff from the 3D one, like triple jumps and punching?
So New Super Mario Brothers does have the... New Super Mario Brothers had the wall jump and the butt stomp, which then makes its way into here, because that's like 2D Mario stuff now. It does have long jump from 3D Mario. It's got long jump.
Call me when 2D Mario has health and punch. I think that will be fun.
Wow, that's... We live worlds apart.
You don't think that would be fun?
No, that sounds miserable.
There's a million Mario games, and you like almost all of them, and you think that they would make that would be the bad one that they made.
I think the health bar and punch is... I think the health bar and punch is the weakest part of Mario 64. So no, I don't think they should add that to other games. Give me you.
Give Mario a punch and a health, and give him a gun.
We talked about this. Why do you want Mario to have a gun?
Here's the thing. He only gets one clip for the whole game, but you can use it whenever you want, and you just straight up murder whoever you use it on.
I like this. There's just a cat shine up here, and there's just these icebergs that slowly move this way, and then I think they get far enough and they just kind of sink into the ocean. Goodbye. And then just more show up here. I think.
You don't want to use the one that's close to the shine to get the shine?
Oh, there it is. Oh, if I spin my stick, he does this, and then I jump, and he does the propeller jump. That's something.
Oh, like New Super Mario Brothers.
Is that New Super Mario Brothers?
New Super Mario Brothers Wii has the pedal jump where you do that on your way down.
Oh, okay. They have the propeller. They don't have the propeller hat power up in this one. They have propeller blocks that you hold and let you do the same thing. Which is cool because you can combine it with other power-ups then. You can be like a Fire Mario with a propeller block. I like that. I guess, does anyone in the chat have this game ready to just, like, jump into an online? I wish we could show a multiplayer game. Because I'm not sure if you can just join anyone.
I might be ready to not be doing snooze button anymore.
Oh, okay. Let's just be a Peach, just real quick. I just want to...
says it's not a 3D Mario game, it's a Mario 3D game.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense now. You just unlocked it for me. Because almost all the Mario games for the last while have been...
Well, there's
3D Mario games.
There's 2D Mario and there's 3D Mario, and then 3D Land and 3D World add this third type of Mario that is in between the two of them. It's all the 2D sensibilities and mechanics, but in 3D, with some of the 3D stuff. And now this is the new Mario thing. They always have like a little cutscene that like very lightly explains why there's new power-ups in the world, and I don't understand why we think this is necessary. And she's a fairy and she got captured.
I'm a fairy. I'm putting the new powers in the
I'm
world.
in a bottle. I've got captured in a bottle, and now Bowser's here, and he's doing the same thing. He's like, ooh, you're captured. You're in a bottle now. I'm a dragon, suck it.
He shows it to the camera that's there. That's watching.
I love Luigi has to psych himself up before he jumps in. It's such a nice little touch.
I don't think it's a nice touch. I think grow up, Luigi. You've been through this a million times. Grow up. Sorry, I'm sorry, Luigi.
We can skip this. Here's our first level. And here I can change my character. Makes it easy for you to swap around, which I like to do. Here we got walk around, and it's got the little hover, a little nice. Remember that? We all love that.
I love that. I always love that.
And when you're a cat, oh no, Goomba, why? Well, when you're a cat, you do a little pedal in the air with your paws when you hover, and it's adorable. Oh, there it is. Woo! Ah! We love this. We all love this.
Nice save.
And so I think
turns her princess float into a Yoshi jump.
I think this game is a little boring. Single player. A lot of people say it's like the best. Some people say it's the best Mario game ever. Like there's definitely, but I guess there's always those people with every Mario game.
Right, because there's a lot of people.
Because there's a lot of people and there's a lot of Mario games. But when you have 4 people running around, it's a lot of fun. Even 2 people. 2 people is a lot of fun.
It's hard for me to look at this and know why you would.
So
not.
It's competitive. Because all these points I'm getting at the end, it'll show us. It tallies up everyone's points and it gives a winner, and the winner has a crown in the next level, and the crown gives you bonus points if you finish the level wearing the crown, and so you can fight over the crown while you're playing the level.
But I guess what I'm saying is I don't
Valley.
understand how this is different from just any other Mario game.
Well, in Mario 64 you had objectives, but this is just literally like a level I have to get to
the end.
Yeah. The objective is always just get to the flagpole. It's a course clear Mario. I think that is the term they use. Like course clear Mario is a distinct thing by Nintendo's reckonings than.
And that's fair.
Sandbox Mario.
And so this is, so you keep saying it's a 3D. It's like in between 2D and 3D.
Yeah.
And I guess it wasn't really making sense to me what that means, because clearly it's a 3D game.
Right.
And so any way that it's half 2D is like aesthetic almost, or like
mechanical.
Like just like. It's like it's 3D Mario where he can do stuff that happens in 2D games,
right?
Which to me doesn't really make it halfway between. It makes it like 95% 3D.
Right. Linear courses is the other big thing. Like linear courses where
linear courses
and the flagpole at the end. I mean, not every
that
Mario
ends
game
up
has
changing a lot for me about what
this,
and then what
here I have
obviously
this
why
thing,
you like
classic 2D Mario shit. A bouncy shell.
And it makes sense. It makes sense though why you like Bowser's Fury so much is because it's not this.
It's not
this.
It's
fundamentally not
it's
what
not
this is.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I like the Mario 64 thing.
Mm-hmm. What do you like, Keith? You don't like anything.
Sonic.
Yeah. Fair. Honestly,
I like
fair.
Sonic Adventure, which is course clear Mario.
I mean, it's got that whole adventure mode.
But there's no winning that.
The greatest sin that
living.
game commits, though, is that it all of the secondary objectives for all the levels are totally miserable, and they're all the same.
For Sonic Adventure? Or
Yeah,
for this?
like everyone in Sonic Adventure is like get to the end of the level, and then their secondary objective is always collect 50 coins, and then the third one is something else that is also not fun.
It's rings, actually.
Oh shit!
Not
Look at
coins.
this though. I'm a little baby Peach, and I'm floating around these
Stuck in a
weird
prison.
pneumatic tubes. I love these pneumatic tubes. Woo. And the game will play with perspective sometimes a lot, because you'll like start down here and it looks like there's nowhere to go but in here, but then you can climb up here. And the camera will kind of pull back, I think. Or maybe that's... maybe not. That was more of a multiplayer thing when I was doing 2-player.
So, ooh, you got a stamp. Look at that.
I got a stamp. It's true. Oh, I have a power-up I'm not using. Wow. Eat shit. Ooh.
So... I guess what I'm saying is that I think maybe I like get to the end instead of run around. Like,
oh my God.
I think back to Galaxy, which I did enjoy at the time, but now I think about playing Galaxy and it makes me fucking sick.
But Galaxy is a lot of just get to the end, right?
But there's so much like running around this big stupid like series of globes that you don't know.
Okay.
Like, and you can't see the whole thing as a thing. It's just like a bunch of separate pieces, and it just like feels, the whole thing feels lost to me. And even in the like 64 or whatever, where it's smaller maps. It's smaller maps where you can see the whole thing and the objectives are really clear, I feel like. But then I'm like, but the worlds aren't even that interesting to me. Like they're still kind of like, it still feels like get to the end, but the end is just poorly defined.
Sure.
Where at least something like Banjo-Kazooie gives you like this big map that just like run around and get the stuff.
All right, so are you talking about Mario Odyssey right now?
No, 64.
Oh, okay. In Mario Odyssey, I love how it expands the scope of the Mario 64 thing, but then it got so confusing because it's like I don't even know how many moons I'm trying to find in those levels anymore, and there's so many that I just feel like I find the same ones over and over, and it kind of became a mess to me a little bit. Like I enjoyed my time playing through it, but I didn't want to go back and like 100% it or anything.
Yeah, I immediately was I mean it was like two magnets. I was repelled the minute I started playing that game, and I didn't like it even 1 second. And then I got mad at it too because I felt like it lied to me, the marketing.
Oh no. The marketing of Odyssey?
The hat, yeah, the hat thing. I just felt like what it promised that the hat was not what the game actually
That's weird.
was.
I never felt like that. I felt like they gave you lots of things to jump into in the hat.
So if you go watch our video of me trying to play Mario Odyssey, it's basically me trying to. My memory is it's me trying to like use the hat to possess like 6 different things, and none of it works. Like there's no, and then I think I finally do possess something.
I guess I just never read
and then it wasn't
possess literally anything as like the point of the game. I guess the possession thing was always secondary to me. I was never really interested in it, so maybe that's why it didn't bother me, because it was never really the draw for me.
Seems like you got yourself in a real pickle there.
What happens is I play so much as Cat Peach, who can hover, and it makes me think that it's a cat power. And then when I'm Cat Luigi, I feel like I should be able to hover.
It's just a Peach power.
But it's just a Peach power.
Luigi can hover.
He hovers like that.
Do a Luigi hover for me.
You know what?
No. Do a
okay.
Luigi hover. I want to see how he does it as a cat.
It's the floaty jump. He doesn't have a hover.
No, that's not as good as his jump in Mario 2.
It's perhaps it's not. I don't know.
The problem is they gave Luigi's jump to Yoshi in Smash Bros.
I think you are exaggerating Luigi's jump in your head. I think you're conflating the two.
No.
I mean, you just mean his feet didn't move as fast, or like?
No, he jumps and then the feet move like a Yoshi.
Not really. That's not my memory of it anyway.
Oh no, it does. He does start right away, but he definitely goes pretty dang high.
Oh, little Luigi. Not to be confused with Baby Luigi, which is a different thing. Baby Luigi. Ah!
It's sort of like how Baby Yoda isn't actually Yoda.
But maybe there's hope for you and I enjoying playing this game. Maybe you could play this and not hate it for a minute. Maybe it could happen. It could happen.
It could happen. I don't think it could be is interesting.
Interesting. No, I suppose not.
Because it requires too much thought to perform adequately. But an adequate performance is not particularly interesting.
How about that, though?
And there's no story.
What about this?
There's nothing to comment on.
Keith.
I love that.
Well,
I mean, you missed. It was embarrassing.
Yeah, it was embarrassing. Wow, that's just... You know, I'm going to call that a flaw of the perspective. But if that reminds me, though, we should get ready to go. But the very last thing, we have to remember the spring in Bowser's Fury.
Oh my god, I'm so tired.
Hang on. We're going to get the spring. Don't worry. Remember how cool that spring was, though?
No, I don't even know what you're talking. Oh, the big spring, the long spring.
It was really good. Ah, wrong one. You started over Blitzball on me, and you deserve this.
I started over.
Yeah, you remember
Blitzball? That? Oh yeah.
That was.
I let you do it. I let you show the spring.
That was a coup.
I let you play this for like 10 minutes.
Top 10 anime betrayals. You did. No, I just mean like, do you remember? No, I'm talking about Blitzball.
No, I don't.
Oh. Ugh. Just that you were gonna lose the Blitzball game. And it took a really long time, and I was really tired, and you were gonna lose, but instead of losing, you restarted the whole match and tutorial.
Oh, I thought you meant started over. Like I started playing Blitzball instead of letting you do more Mario.
No.
Okay, fine. Then we're even for Blitzball.
Yeah, we're even.
Even though it was only 8 minutes, and proportionally to how long we had gone.
Here, we just have to. We gotta. It's so good. These things, these little springs, you climb up just like a tree.
Climb up,
but then you can
just like a tree in Mario 64, and finally,
it's what we always
the promise fulfilled.
Yeah.
But is it too easy?
Oh, well, I just screwed it up. So is that something? Well, they finally, it's true, you know, they've commodified the tree jump and they've brought it to the people.
I, as a champion tree jumper who was so good at it and would love to do do it.
You should do it in real life.
Free jumping.
Yeah.
See, it doesn't even serve a purpose. Like, if you're gonna do it, build it into something like useful. Like, or at least put, like, at the very least, you could put a cat shine in the path.
There might have. There was probably a red coin in between them that I collected already. This is my save. So this is the full map, I guess. Spoilers, but so it's not so big.
No, it looks
okay.
tiny.
Well, that's okay. It's a fun. And we.
What? And one of them is beach. One of them is ice. What's the last one? Bowser Castle.
It's like shipwreck / Bowser Castle.
It's really framey on the stream.
Oh, that's sad. I don't know. I guess.
It's better now. I looked over and it was all fucked up, but it seems better now. Not great. You might need some more RAM.
I might need some more RAM.
You need to save up for some RAM.
And I might want to start playing the outro song right now, which I'm
great.
doing.
Well, that's great that we're doing that. And as always, you can watch more videos at youtube.com/runbutton, where literally right now I'm going to make this public for the next part of the Final Fantasy Marathon. You can go to contentburger.biz to sign up for the Patreon. Is there anything else?
No. I'm gonna have I'm gonna edit more Shenmue today, I promise.
Oh. It's already public. When
Goodbye.
Did I do that earlier? Bye.
Shadow Luigi!
Shadow Luigi.